mortgage and real estate advice.
1025 The Bone. Real Raw Radio. WHPT, Sarasota, Tampa, St. Pete. And 1073 WXGL HD2 St. Pete. Live from the WeatherTight Windows studio.
Here we go. All systems go.
This is the true story about Mac. Check it.
Times are changing, more so each year. But the early morning storm pimp is here.
3, 2, 1.
People are expecting quite a bit.
Gotta figure out how to make money on this. I really want to.
I can feel it down in my plums. We're getting a nice bluish hue. Getting ready to take them to the farmer's market.
Okay, baby, but don't hurt yourself with that big juicy hog of yours.
In hard times, or when a man has worked at a job 30 years, they give him a watch, kick him in the butt, and say, hey, our computer took your place, daddy. That's hard time.
And those cars are going real fast and real laugh, son.
But he's gay. He's blind.
You ready? Oh, wait. So we're just gonna wing it?
There's a big difference between winging it and seeing what happens. Now let's see what happens.
Now,
Right now.
it's Senning Show. With your host, John Senning.
And I be catching them northern fight like on the 10-pound test. Smoke cess, never fast, take a guess. I be the early morning stone pimp. Straight limping, wounds from drinking. At the party, big booty pinching. Chilling like a villain. Balloon filling, whack MC killing. The fine hoe drilling with the $1 million talent in the 10-cent brain.
Been gone too long, too much cocaine.
But now that I'm back on the block, I'm ready to rock left to right all night.
Oh, yeah, oh, yeah.
Take a bite out of this here toxic, melodic, erotic product, fresh from the harvest.
Hey there.
Who be the largest?
Welcome to Senning Show. My name is John Senning. That man sitting across from me, one of the finest members of 102.5 The Diz. He is The Diz. He hosted JP today. He'll host it again tomorrow. Find him online at Dizzy for Mayor.
Love hosting, but
Dizzy.
There's something about that chair too. You just gotta hang out and snipe.
It's so crazy because when I sit in on with Drew on Wednesdays, sometimes I feel like I have so much stuff that I want to say and do that I haven't got to do for whatever reason. And there's just it's a cozy little comfortability.
Yeah.
And it's very different. And I've realized that in my life, I need to be pushed to my limits. You know what I mean? Like I think to thrive mentally and just in life in general, I need to be pushed out of my comfort zone on a daily basis. And I think this does that. Maybe not out of my comfort zone, but I just need to push the limits of my brain and my responsibilities to be functioning at all times. So as much as I love it, and it's probably, this may be something like a weird thing to say, it's probably more fun. But this, to me, is more fulfilling in some ways.
Yeah, because
so
you get creative control.
Yeah,
you get to do what you want.
Yeah,
I get it.
It comes with a lot. It comes with a lot. But I hear people like, and who knows where your career will go. But like you say that, and I hear Galvin all the time say, I love my spot.
Yeah.
And I have a lot of that. I have a lot of that in me. But whatever that other little voice in the back of my head, it seems to be stronger.
Yeah, it was always a thing of like, I still probably do want like my own show,
Yeah.
but when we started this new lineup change and when you and me started really getting the ball rolling and people would be like, oh, I can't wait for you to get your new show. I go, I'm comfortable now, dog. Kind of like where I'm at now.
That's also just a thing that people say. Not saying that you don't or that you won't or that you shouldn't, but I've seen people say everybody that works here should have their own show. I've seen people say Monica should have their own show, JoJo and Ian should have their own. You know what I mean? It's just when people love when people love somebody, I think they think the ultimate compliment is you should have your own show.
Yeah.
When really that person might not want their own show. They may thrive in that other role. So everybody's got their own path, and we're all going to figure it out. This is Senning Show. Hit us up on the phone lines, 800-771-1025. We love it when you get up in the chat room and be watching on YouTube. Hit up 1025 The Bone on YouTube. You'll see the little live link. Click it and be good to go. Already a bunch of people up in the chat. Shout out to The Power of Chris Compels You. That's a nice, that's a fun name. The Power of Chris Compels You. Joe Stern, Rully V, Ron Slater. Who else is in here? Mark Hamilton, Ralph, the whole crew. Thank you all for being in there. We try to get it over 200 at some point every day. Soon enough, we'll be shooting for 300, but appreciate those that hang out in there. Dude, I've got some premium Karening going on in my neighborhood right now that is just... It's not. I wouldn't say that it's causing friction between Danielle and I.
Oh,
she's over it. She thinks I'm being too obvious and I'm making a scene of it. But I've shared my feelings. I'll call it a fear of neighbors, of having a bad neighbor, of having things go wrong with a neighbor. Like we love where we live, and the idea of somebody coming along and moving in around us that would ruin our peace and ruin our joy is a major bummer of a thought. So the house directly across from us, which I will say, as bizarre as it sounds, was probably a selling point for the neighborhood because this house is beautiful. It's like a beautiful house. It's a cool. It was so funny because I was trying to find ways to put out feelers because I think it would be really funny if my new unbeknownst neighbor called today and we were able to meet ahead of time. Long story short, the people that live there have lived there since like 1982, and they just sold the house like a month ago. And now the house is sitting empty, and the new homeowners have started coming around.
Yeah.
And I may or may not be spending a lot of time at the front window creeping on them, trying to figure out what they're all about. And I personally think there is nothing wrong with that. I think that any normal human being, if you have a new neighbor moving in, you are going to, maybe creep on them is a strong word, but you're going to want to know what's going on. She's like, well, what if they see you? I go, what if they see me?
Yeah.
What if they do see me? I'm looking out my front window. There's brand new people. If our house were to sell in 6 months, they'd be looking out their damn front window trying to figure out who the hell is moving into the house across from them. So it's got me it's got me on edge, to say the least.
When we moved into our new spot, the exact neighbors right next to us, they basically came out and sat on lawn chairs and just watched us.
Dude, they're just trying to get a read on you, dog. They're trying to figure out what's going on. And it was so funny because it's been going on for something's up where like they bought the house and they're coming and going, but they're not living there. So it was funny, and I felt vindicated last night because we were out walking Brody, and the neighbor across from the other way was out there, and I go, "Oh, you know anything about the new neighbors?" He goes, "No, but we've been hiding in the bushes a lot, looking over there, trying to figure out what the hell's going on." And I think it's a natural thing. I think people don't want bad neighbors, and I have things that I've noticed about them already from when they've been there that makes me concerned about.
Oh, they're black?
Them. No.
Oh.
I wish, dude.
Do you have black people in your neighborhood?
Yeah, we do. We have a family like four doors down that just moved here a few months ago from the south side.
Yeah. Were you watching when they moved in? Like, hell yeah.
I was like, there goes the neighborhood, folks. Property value is down. No. They're great. They're like a mixed family. They got a bunch of kids, and they're really nice people, and love them. But these people, I'll talk about it. Worst case scenario, they're listening, and they would call, and we would have this conversation.
That's the best case scenario for me.
But you didn't hear what I have to, what I'm judging them on now.
Okay, good point.
Because I'm judging them.
Oh.
And this is probably wrong, but tell me if it's wrong. So, God, but my only worry now is I'm going to, by talking about this, going to ruin the relationship with the neighbor that I want to have a good relationship with.
Because we do know people in your neighborhood listen.
Yes.
The trash parents, which sounds, I always say that wrong. The ones with the kids who are clearing the trash out.
Yes.
They listen. And then there's a girl in our office, Vanessa.
Oh, yes. She's in the neighborhood. And then if you remember, the neighbor of mine that got attacked by the dogs with their kid, he ended up finding out about the whole show and listen then.
So chances are they're probably listening.
Well, and I don't know. And again, if they were listening, I would hope they would have enough of a sense of humor to be able to work through this and not have it ruin our relationship forever. By the way, for another day, the kids that take out the garbage, that's another conversation. They're not taking out the garbage anymore.
But they're getting paid?
No, but I'm pretty sure that there was a period of time, and I know that their mom or at least their stepdad or whatever listened, so I don't want to frame it too badly. But I was essentially being strong-armed by these kids.
Oh,
like we had come to an agreement that was a stupid agreement. It was like $2 a week or something to take the trash down.
Yeah,
it was stupid. Well, then all of a sudden they just started knocking, and one of the youngest one would knock on the door. And I would open the door, and it was kind of cute, and it was kind of funny. The first couple times, he would just go, collecting. Dude, this kid's like 4 years old. And he would just be like, collecting.
He's the muscle.
And at first, I thought it was cute and funny. But then they started coming asking for money when the deal wasn't done. No, they were doing the work. It wasn't the money that we had agreed upon initially. So it started being $2 a week. And by the time I had to call them off, we were paying them about $20 every 2 weeks.
Oh, wow.
Which I'm like, $40 a month just to not have to walk. Like, as much as I love these kids and they're out there trying to earn a buck, so they started coming and asking for money. And I knew that if Danielle knew the deal, she'd be like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
So eventually they came like close. Like they came within the span of like a week and a half asking for money. And I'm just giving them money because I'm a dumbass. And she's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
She goes, how often are they coming? I said, yeah, they kind of been coming a lot lately asking for money. So then finally I said to the one, we got to cancel the deal, man. I said, we're going to take down our own trash for a little bit. And the funny thing was, there's like 4 of them and they're brothers and they might be stepbrothers, but they started coming back again and doing it. So they did it for like a week after I had told them to stop. And then the kid came back. Another one came back and asked for money. And I said, I told your brother that the deal was done. He's like, oh, they didn't tell me, but I've been doing it for 2 weeks now. So he's like, I'm going to need some payment on
So we
this.
got an issue here. Yeah.
I was legit
This ain't free labor.
I was legit getting strong-armed by children for like a month and a half. Love them, love the kids, love the parents. And the other thing was they had their grandma. So we have some form of trash almost every day. We got 2 days of recyclables, 2 days of trash. So their grandma was bringing them twice a day, like 4 times a week. So my thought was, this has got to be, somebody's got to be mad about this. You know what I mean? Somebody, like, she can't be loving that. So needless to say, I was strong-armed by the kids, and all of them listened. But here's the thing that happened. Here's the thing that happened to the neighbor that has me judging them. And I talked to a couple people, and they said I'm not wrong, but you all need to be the judge. And if you want to weigh in to judge or not to judge, 800-771-1025. Also, a small percentage of a chance the person that I saw was not actually the neighbor.
Okay.
Now, I don't believe that to be true because this person has come back repeatedly. They've come back with a family. But on the first night that I saw him, he's out there, and he's in his new driveway. It's his home. He bought it. You're free country. And I should note that the people that had been living there took immaculate care of their lawn. When I said it was kind of a selling point for the neighborhood, like this lawn and this house to me was kind of a centerpiece of the block because it's beautiful, lots of big trees, lots of beautiful flowers and bushes and stuff. So it's just really, really nice. So I'm always worried that whoever moved in wasn't going to take care of it. So I see the guy out there first night visiting his new home, I would imagine, and they're standing out in the driveway, and the dude is burning a heater. Okay. And that's fine.
Yeah.
Heater burner myself here, brother.
Yeah, we know.
Judgment-free zone. So he's burning the heater, and I start obsessing in my head about what he's going to do with his cigarette butt.
After he's done.
And that's the thing that I would say if I'm judgmental about smokers, that's my biggest thing. I think the percentage of smokers, love smokers in my family, I now smoke occasionally myself. But the amount of smokers that have no consideration for where their butts go is crazy. Like it's the world for so many is their ashtray. So he's smoking, and then I start just thinking, I'm like, what's he? This is going to be a good barometer of this guy.
Yeah.
Based on where he flicks his cigarette butt. So I'm like a complete psychopath, looking out my front window, watching him smoke, really spent some time burning this heater down. And I'm waiting for it. And then right before my very eyes, he takes it, and I can see it clear as day, and he flicks that cigarette butt right into the middle of his own front yard.
Oh, no cares. I love how you're watching from like, you ever seen the movie Rear Window?
Yeah.
They redid it with Shia LaBeouf and stuff. It's like, that's you. You're like,
that is me.
Just watching the whole neighborhood.
I'm telling Danielle from the front. I'm just like, he's gonna throw it somewhere. He's gonna throw it,
and he did it. And you're like, he flicked it. He flicked it in the yard.
And the thing is to some that's a dumb, stupid little thing. And don't get me wrong, I'm not writing this guy off or this family off because in my mind, I hope we can be friends. I hope everything's great. But I do feel like that's worth a little bit of pre-judgmental behavior.
Yeah, like it's his lawn, do what you want, but it just makes things look trashy. And the neighborhood trashier.
I think it just shows a general lack of care for your own area. Like I just think you can learn a little something by that act. And again, not writing the guy off, not saying that he's trash, not saying that he's bad. He's man to be in the greatest family that we've ever met in my entire life. But I will tell you that act has me with a very large preconceived notion about this dude.
What if it was marijuana?
I still wouldn't like it. Like if he threw a roach in the front yard.
Yeah. It's biodegradable.
I will say, and I did learn that because we've started putting all of our roaches. We've got the city of St. Pete gave Marc Hamilton, John the Judger. Ha 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 ha. We got this big compost thing from St. Pete. So all of our food garbage and produce and everything, we put it out there. And then I was reading an article about how raws, their papers and their filters and stuff, like you said, all natural. So I've started putting those all in there. So without knowing, I would still feel some sort of way.
Yeah.
But I'm open to it not being as bad if it was weed.
Because I flick roaches all the time around. Because to me, it's like it's a leaf. It's marijuana.
And you're not wrong.
It's gonna again, it's biodegradable. It's gonna go into the earth and probably be good for it.
I'm not sure. But what kind of filter are you putting in yours? I don't want you to turn out to be a litterer on me here.
No. I smoke mostly blunt, so I don't put filters.
Oh, so it's just the wrap.
Yeah.
So that is literally just a
leaf.
That's something something from the earth, and you're returning it there.
Yeah. I mean, I try to keep them most of the time, but if I'm on the go, I'm flicking that. I'm not keeping that.
Yeah, you've sometimes you so I'll keep you abreast. Again, I don't want to talk about these people too much as it goes on and have them beefing with me, but I have a little bit of neighborhood anxiety based on the fact that I have new neighbors moving in right across me. So
it'll be funny if they listen and they get mad, and then the neighborhood turns into every time they do something, they'd be like, John Senning might be watching. We need to chill. This might be talked about.
Dude, I could just be the bad guy.
Yeah.
I could be the bad guy of the neighborhood. Like people that put little yard signs that say like, "Be careful, Senning's watching."
Yeah. Instead of like child crossing, Senning watching.
Yeah.
Senning sees.
Which I am. I am always. I'm always watching.
New people come to the neighborhood and someone goes and introduces them like, "Hey, welcome to the neighborhood." Just to let you know, this guy over there. Watch for him. He's going to talk about you on the radio.
Yeah. The thing is about the going back to the general issue here of flicking the butt. I don't know where in time that became so generally acceptable, because I don't want to throw out false numbers here.
Yeah.
But I would say 60 to 75% of everyday cigarette smokers will flick a butt out the window. Will flick a butt in the parking lot. Will flick a butt anywhere. Dude. We had people doing work on our house not that long ago. It was last summer, actually. And they, first of all, started smoking in the backyard. And I said, not happening. So then they just went out into the road, literally out into the road in front of our house and started smoking. And this dude would burn 3-4 heaters and flick them right in the street.
Ooh.
So eventually, again, me being the Karen that I am, I got to say to the guy, I go, dude, like, no.
Yeah.
This is not okay. This is not going to fly. And I think that it's just like a barrier in the mind of a smoker where they, for some reason, don't seem to think that flicking a butt is littering or is bad. Do cigarette butts biodegrade?
It's one of those things that I mentioned this when I was covering for JP today, of like people who think they're like the main character and like the world revolves around them and they just do things like carefree, not thinking about how it affects the people around them. Like people talking on the cell phones in public on speaker. Crazy. This is one of those things where it's like people just flicking their butts wherever they want.
And just so you know, from a factual scientific perspective, cigarette butts do not readily decompose. They can persist in the environment for many years. The paper around it may degrade quickly.
Yeah.
There is a cellulose acetate filter, which is made of a certain type of plastic, and it can take up to 10 years to break down. So, I mean, that's, again, maybe just think twice. Maybe just think twice before you go being a butt flicker out there in our society.
I think grounds for judgment. Yes, if this was Judge Juicy, bang the gavel. You're in the right for judging them.
To judge or not to judge. Welcome to Senning Show. You're live on the air. Who's this? Are you my new neighbor?
No, I'm not, John. This is Gary.
Oh, Gary, my guy,
mechanic.
dude. How the hell you doing? Awesome Automotive, an absolute local legend. Gary, always helping us out when we've got we've got charitable deeds going on. I drive out to Oldsmar anytime I need my car worked on.
Oh, this is your guy.
This is a man that I trust. Gary, how the hell are you doing, dude?
How you doing, buddy?
Doing
So I'm
real
calling on the cigarette butt thing.
Oh, yeah.
So
What do you
listen,
think?
So listen, I own 6 acres of property out in Dade City, and I will literally take the butt and put it into my pants pocket once it's out until I find a garbage can, and then put it into the garbage can.
That's because you're a considerate guy. You're considerate to nature, to your fellow man. And I don't. Where do you think you picked that up from? Like if everybody else just never learned the right way, where do you think in your life you decided or learned not to just flick your cigarette butt anywhere that it may land?
Well, it's considered littering.
Well, that too, yeah. You don't want to be. Nobody likes a litter bug, Gary.
No, and just because I own 6 acres of property, that doesn't mean it's my personal ashtray.
That's the thing with 6 acres. You could probably get away with throwing some butts around that, and not many people would notice. But that just
nobody's going to notice because nobody's coming on the property. There's a big sign right on the front that with a scope that says you are here.
How's everything going at the shop? I'm going to need to visit you sometime in the next couple weeks, I think.
I might need a visit, so we might be pulling up together.
Dude, yeah, we'll get Diz in there too.
Yeah. You stop on by. I'll give you a hammer. You can beat on things.
Yeah, that's the thing. One time I had something. It was Danielle's car actually. It was like a body. It was a bumper body job, and Gary let me get in there and swing a hammer a couple times, and it even taught me a thing. So you'll not only have some of the most trustworthy work done that you can humanly find, but you might leave there a little bit more of a man than you entered.
Good, I do that in my life.
We all do. Gary, good to hear your voice, man. Thank you for calling. Don't be a stranger.
Good to hear you too, brother. Hey, Diz, you're doing a great job, buddy.
I appreciate it, bro. You ready to have my business, though. You don't have to. No,
yeah, he really means it. He says what he means and means what he says. Honestly, has never been associated with the station. I forget how I found him immediately, but I remember hearing about him or finding out about him initially, and then I went to the Google reviews. Dude, the guy has almost 5 stars as a auto repair shop, and I mean they're not just like good fair reviews. Like every one of these reviews are, I trust this guy with my life. This guy is somebody it's hard to find people to trust. I trust this man. He did this and this. He could have charged me more. And it's cars and a few other things in this life. I feel like if you don't know, it's very possible that you could be taken advantage of. Like I don't know a goddamn thing about a car. Like I really do not. You could tell me, I could roll up there, I got a clunk, and you could go, you need a new engine. It's going to be $5,000. And I go, okay, that sounds like a deal.
That makes sense.
That makes sense. But with him, it's just not like that. And I often leave there going, he probably could have done more. He definitely could have done more if he wanted to. And he's very fair and very honest man.
Do you know how to change a tire?
Yes.
You know how to change your oil?
No.
Okay.
I have been a part of it before. Like somebody taught me.
Yeah.
But I also, like if you told me to go do it right now, I don't think I would be prepared to do it.
Do you remember Taylor, who used to be like our front desk girl here?
Yeah. Oh yeah. She's the best.
Do you remember when she needed help changing the cars? And she asked you guys, you had to go on air.
Yeah.
And I went and helped.
Yeah.
Her man pulled up and he's never changed a tire in his life.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. But when I was changing and he was doing the work because he was there. I'm not going to change your girl's tire. You're here. You change it. I told him when he was taking it off, I go, you should put the tire under the car just in case. He's like, why? I go, in case it falls. And he goes, that's not going to happen.
Put the tire under the car.
So when you're changing the tire, you're supposed to take the tire taken off, put it under the car, put the new one on, take the tire from under the car. Because that's if, for some reason, something happens, let's say the jack snaps or whatever, the wheel's going to stop it from it crushing you. He did not listen to me.
Oh, dude, that would have been messed up if he didn't listen to you and then he got crushed.
He almost did.
Yeah.
He didn't have the tire there, and it just missed him. But because there was nothing on the thing, the whole axle, like the whole car busted up because there was nothing there, and it just hit the pavement. He's like, that's fine. I go, that's not going to work. And he goes, no, it'll work. Look. And he put the wheel on. He goes, look. I go, try to drive it. It did not work.
Dude, you cucked him in front of his lady. Senning Show, you're live on the air. Who's this?
What's up, John? What's up, Dizzy? This is Alex.
What up?
I just wanted to comment on the butts.
Yeah, what do you think? To judge or not to judge?
Hey, man, tell those kids that were, harassing you for money to go, pay them. If you're willing to throw money around, pay them to pick up those butts from the neighbor.
Well, they're not. They're in his yard, so it has nothing to do with anything that at this point will negatively affect me. I'm not bothered that there are cigarette butts in his yard. I think what I'm saying is that I don't think it's the biggest reach to assume more about their character if they're willing to throw cigarette butts in their own brand new house front yard. That's ultimately what I was saying.
If I was you, I'd network with the kids, gain their trust and just then eventually send them over there.
Dude, but you're talking about almost building a little mini child cult where I just bring them in, I indoctrinate them, and I get them to do my bidding around the neighborhood. I have them go kick the ass of the dude that's blowing his grass in my yard, all that stuff. I like where your head is. I was looking at these kids as taking me for money, but really it's an opportunity to get them to do my bidding out there on these streets.
Start your own gang, yeah.
That's not bad. It's not bad at all. We have something very, very exciting coming up next. If you've noticed, if you're somebody who pays attention to social media, there's been a big trend this season specifically, and really over the last few days, of people sharing hurricane models, people sharing pictures of long-range models, trying to scare people, trying to tell people that there are hurricanes coming all over the United States of America. And in a moment such as this, there's only one man that we can trust, that we can lean on. He is the man with millions of followers. He has become a voice in times of stress here in the state of Florida. He is Mike from Mike's Weather Page, and he's going to join us on the phone line next with more Senning Show. Bubble Down Car Wash, because I tell you, it's the greatest car wash in the whole wide world for a bunch of different reasons. They've got the longest wash tunnels, which are going to equal a cleaner car. They've got those spacious vacuum areas, which if you've been to one of these big box stores where they're all bunched up on each other and you can barely open your door or get the hose into your back seat, spacious vacuums, the staff always going to take care of you. Sometimes we'll even come over and get your floor mats and run them through the little machine for you. And they've got the unlimited membership plan, which means you can go through as many times as you need to keep your car clean. We got a lot of things here in the state of Florida working against our clean vehicles. Locations in Tampa, Brandon, Riverview, Wesley Chapel, Palm Harbor, and they just had a new location pop up in Spring Hill, so there's one near you. Get in there today. You'll have the cleanest car in town every time you bull down.
Sugar, how you get so fly? Sugar, sugar, how you get so fly? Sugar, sugar, how you get so fly?
You're listening to Senning Show on 102.5 The Bone. Download the free Bone app to listen to us anywhere. Sponsored by Marc Spain Real Estate.
Get your guaranteed offer at marcspain.com.
Under state law, a business has a duty to keep you safe on their property. Our responsibility is to protect you when they don't. If you've had a slip and fall accident, call Farah and Farah. We're here to help you up. Tampa.
John Senning here for the National Aviation Academy. Are you just entering the workforce and looking for answers on what you want to do? Or are you sick and tired of your career and you want to change? Well, how about a new life in the world of aviation maintenance? It can be a reality with the help of the National Aviation Academy right here in beautiful Clearwater, Florida, where you can be trained in just a few months by getting your hands dirty, working on engines of planes and jets and props, all sorts of things that I don't know anything about, but you absolutely will. The next class starts August 20th. Visit them online today at naa.edu.
I'm Ultima Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Every time one of my children started driving, it was terrifying. I am quite aware of the dangers being on the road. Thousands of accidents happen across the country. We see it every day. These families' lives will be changed in an instant. We fight for these families as if they were our own. We've become America's largest injury law firm by winning cases just like these. If you've been injured in a car accident, call us.
Injured? Dial #law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you. Are you ready to go from looking for a job to landing a career? Hillsborough Community College has the tools to reach your goals. Our fast-track workforce training leads to exciting careers with competitive salaries. You'll find accessible, affordable programs with convenient schedules that fit your needs. Our dynamic learning environment features expert faculty and leadership opportunities. It's time to change your life. At HCC, we'll get you there. Register now at hccfl.edu.
Stingray Chevrolet.
Hi, this is Steve Hurley, owner of Stingray Chevrolet. Well, we have completely eliminated the dealer fee. This will automatically save you up to $1,500. So do yourself a favor. Ask the dealer what is your dealer fee. You have a choice because at Stingray on I-4 in Plant City, there is no dealer fee. So when we say relax and enjoy the difference, that difference can save you a lot. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
Stingray Chevrolet. Relax, enjoy the difference.
Hey, Brandon Rhymes here, top 1% realtor team, Keller Williams Realty. Buy, sell, or invest in real estate, commercial or residential. 813-917-1894, consumerqb.com, 917-1894, consumerqb.com.
On the battlefield, there's a saying America's military men and women live by. Never leave a fallen warrior behind, ever. Off the battlefield, Wounded Warrior Project operates with the same goal. Wounded Warrior Project was created to help our men and women returning home with the scars of war, whether those scars are physical or mental. Wounded Warrior Project. We never leave a fallen warrior behind, ever. Learn more about what we do at woundedwarriorproject.org. For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers. So we build specially adapted homes at Homes for Our Troops. And thanks to our donors and supporters, this life-changing gift of freedom is provided mortgage-free to these veterans. But we need you to join us, too, in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
Experience Monster Jam live and become a fan for life with an ultimate day of family fun at the Emily Arena on August 15th through the 17th. Get ready to cheer, scream, and be amazed as massive Monster Jam trucks and world champion drivers take over Tampa for a weekend packed with high-flying action and jaw-dropping stunts.
We put in time, energy, and resources because your case is worth it. Farrah and Farrah, Tampa.
Now, back to Real Raw Radio. Sponsored by Anajar and Levine, Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
You might know nothing, but at least you'll know that thing. Brought to you by Just Call Mo, Tampa's injury attorney. That thing. It's time for That Thing, right now on Senning Show.
1, 2, you know what to do.
Palm trees blowing in the wind. Indicator lights flashing, summer's back again. There's no Bermuda high, it's the middle.
Welcome back to Senning Show. I'm John Senning. He's Dizzy. Hit us up on social media at the John Senning, at Dizzy for Mayor. We're streaming live video. It's 2025. You can watch the radio. What a thing. We're on Facebook, but we like to steer people towards the YouTube page. Get up in the chat room, meet some like-minded individuals, and watch the program. Man, I've said this before. In this job, I've been lucky enough to talk to musicians that I love, actors, artists, all sorts of different people that I love and have respected and like their music and all of that. I still think at the top of my list of people that I get excited to hear their voice, maybe even a little starstruck, I'm lucky to call him a friend. He is the voice for Floridians during hurricane season. He's the voice for anybody who lives anywhere that can experience inclement weather, with millions and millions of followers across the internet. You know him. You love him. Mike's weather page is on the line. What's up, buddy? How the hell you doing?
You had me laughing, man. Now, come on. I don't rate that high, but I appreciate it, man.
You know, it wasn't that long ago when I was trying to hunt you down. I think it was. I think we were going into Irma, and that was when I really feel like I was getting my first taste of a hurricane in Florida. Became obsessed with your stuff. And I think I had maybe sent you some messages or DMs here and there. And then ultimately it was, I think because you have a connection with Tom and Dan, who Drew goes way back with those guys, that we then got a good word put in and we were connected. And I meant every word that I say. You're a celebrity, dude. Don't fight it. Don't fight it.
That's cool. I appreciate it. I know you're a weather junkie. I call us weather nerds. That's a new line I'm using. We're weather nerds.
Yeah, and I really feel like you are influencing, and maybe it's a Floridian thing, maybe it's bigger than that, but I feel like you're influencing an entire generation of weather nerds and weather and maybe even, I don't know. Do you like the term influencer? Are you considered a weather influencer? Is that a thing?
Well, yeah, I believe that's kind of the role, that content creator.
Yeah,
I mean, I've seen the evolution has changed. I mean, there's a lot of heat online now with what I've been doing. It seems like since the beginning, and that's just casually sharing stuff and say, "Hey, man, look at this, look at this." And now it's like if you post something, you get like, you're going to jail.
It is. It is wild to see. And again, if you're just joining us, it is Mike, the Mike of Mike's weather page. Check out spaghettimodels.com if you're not doing that. Mike's weather page on Facebook, at Tropical Update on X. Am I imagining things, or are there 100 times more weather pages and people doing weather stuff on the internet? Because in those early days of watching your live streams and stuff, I feel like you and maybe a couple other people existed in that space. And now, like, I see, mostly because people are piling on them and trashing them, I see different weather pages posting model runs for hurricanes and all this stuff that I never even knew existed. Do you think they did you start that, kind of, I think is my question? Like, did you start this evolution of so many people sharing weather stuff?
Yeah, I do 100% think, because we have so much, tools now at our fingertips, and the reach of the internet is just addicting. And I think that's a lot of it. I think people enjoy the content and the engagement, and the more that they maybe put a little bit more clickbait and a little bit more scary stuff, and it goes crazy, it goes wild. And then, you got the real Mets, the ones I respect and you respect, and they're trying to nip it in the bud.
Yeah.
They're like, and so I ride this wave of like, I got to do it because that's what people want me to do, but everybody's telling everybody not to do it. But it's like, so it's changed my messaging a little bit. Like, I'm very cautious now to try to educate the reasoning and what I'm posting, but still keeping true to my roots, you
seem to be in the sweet spot that nobody else really lives in. There's a couple accounts that seem to, I guess it's just because you are, like, if anybody's paying attention to you and watching the messaging as a whole, you're very self-aware. And when you talk about the fact that, this might not be a reality, or this is a long ways out, it's unlikely that it could happen. There's a big difference between having that conversation and just kind of sharing information that is out there, compared to these people that will share a hurricane model run that's, 15 days out, that shows a hurricane hitting the state of Florida and just throwing it out. Like what they do on TikTok, the new phenomenon on TikTok, like, there's no gray area. People are actively misleading the public. Like, they are going there and saying, we will have a hurricane hit the state of Florida on this date, and it's just a lie.
Yeah, it is. And TikTok's even worse. People don't know who to believe. That's the thing. Like, I see the comments, and it's like, what about the hurricane that's supposed to hit Daytona, August 19th? And it's because they saw a run probably that got viral on the internet. And, that's the only thing that really, I guess I'm not scared of. It's just the public is confused, and I'm really good friends with a lot of, Mets now, and they're trying to message their markets, but the way the algorithms work, their message gets lost
Buried,
sometimes
yeah.
in these, and so it's like, who the hell do you believe? So, a lot of these meteorology summits that I do, and I think it always comes down to, and I tell this to everybody, like, you find the ones you trust and stick with them, because, when everything gets crazy and you don't know what the heck is going on, what's real or what's not, then you always got to find that hopefully person. And, I think I have a really comfortable following. But then like today, I woke up at freaking 1 a.m. I'm sitting there, reading comments, which you shouldn't do. And I'm seeing some Karens on there, like, blasting me, like, I wouldn't trust you. You screwed Milton. And I'm thinking, whoa, where did this come from? But, so you just got to bite your tongue and just stay out of it, but.
We were talking about you the other day because it's this we were talking about the internet and social media and how terrible it can be and the dark sides that exist on there, and my observation on you was just, not that I don't know that you would say this happened by accident, but in a way, like, you're just a good dude. You're a good Florida dude who loves weather. You love talking to people that love weather, and people gravitated to you, and you got a following that I'm not even sure however many years ago you could have ever fathomed. So here you are, just a normal, good-hearted dude talking weather, having to get down in the mud, in the muck with these psychopaths that exist on social media that want to tear you down and point fingers and say all of these insane things. And I think you're doing a pretty damn good job of maintaining, your identity while all of these people lose their minds in the comments and try to say things about you that aren't true. I will say my favorite thing that I saw you do recently was some I'm sorry, no offense, this are my words, not Mike's, from Mike's weather page. Some dumbass was in the comments. It was like, I'm getting out of here. All you talk about is drinking. So then you had an AI app give an exact breakdown of all your posts, and it was like 90% weather, 2% drinking, 8% dogs and family. And I love when you can when you can check somebody like that.
Well, it would be, because I am conscious about that. And I my admin that I have, she'll add up the last 1,000 posts. So I've always maintained that balance naturally. I don't try to do it. But I do like sharing the fun side. You know what? And there's a lot of people in this world that drink. And I mean, it's not uncommon. So I guess that does hit me a little bit. I'm like, why am I like, I was up this morning at 1 and somebody said, you shouldn't be drinking and posting at 1. And I'm like, I'm not. I just woke up. I'm sober as can be.
Well, and who are they to say that? I would go in the opposite direction to go, that's part of what endears you to everybody, is that as much as we love the Paul Delegatos and the Dennis Phillips of the world, outside of a Diet Dr. Pepper, you're not going to see them, enjoying beverages like we all do. So to see you out there having margaritas, having some cold beers while talking weather, you're just you're a guy that people can relate to. So as much as I know that it bothers you, at the end of the day, I would think that's making more people gravitate to you than turning people off, because they see you're just a normal guy.
Yeah, the number one comment I get, I think, is people feel I don't have an agenda. I'm just the normal dude, like they are, and it's I went to school for marketing. I never thought I'd be marketing myself. Is this who I am? and learning along the way, I guess, what to do and not to do, what to say. I mean, I am concerned a lot with people's feelings lately, especially with our area with hurricanes.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Maybe in the past, I might have got a little amped up more than I should, because, I do get excited about the thrill of them and the unknown, but that comes across sometimes like I'm cheering for them, so I've toned that down. I wanted to do a post yesterday, and you'll appreciate this, John. I was going to say that I was disappointed with the GFS this year, because it was showing, a Florida landing hurricane the last 10 runs in a row, and then all of a sudden it flipped and went with the Euro. And I'm like, if I would have said I'm disappointed with the GFS, there would have been a crop of people that would have said, see, you're disappointed we didn't get a hurricane.
Yeah.
So, you just got to think so hard in how you word things. And but I do love tracking long range tropics. You saw that image last night, right, with the double. What do you ever want to call them, right? But we had
Diz, you would have loved it. There was a hurricane model that's a ways out, so take it with a grain of sand. But it had two large hurricanes on both sides of the state of Florida, and it looked like two large, beautiful, perky breasts.
Yes,
and it really caught some fire on the internet.
I tried to draw sunglasses to make it look like eyeballs, but apparently it looked like a tank top,
well,
a bikini top.
Yeah, and you touched on being gentle. You touched on those blobs, but you touched on the people in Florida and specifically around here that are entering this hurricane season now in a mind frame that is very fragile and is very delicate, where we're just talking about the possibility of things. The tropics have awoken a little bit. There's things out there popping off at different parts of the Atlantic and things like that. Do you foresee, if a storm does end up coming towards the state of Florida, and God forbid the west coast of Florida, a human reaction that maybe we're all not totally prepared for? Because I just think there are so many people still picking up the pieces and with PTSD from what happened last year that a lot of us, we made it through and maybe our houses didn't get totally demolished, but there are so many people out there that had life-changing experiences, and I just wonder what it's going to look like if we get back into those heated moments of having to prepare for another storm and how those people will react.
Yeah, well, I do see the comments. There's a lot of, I don't want to say sticking heads in the sand, like, I don't want to talk about it. Why are you bringing this up? I mean, and I guess I think back to prior years, of other areas that were hit, like Louisiana and, Texas. I continue doing what I'm doing the next year, but this is the first year that I'm seeing real reactions from home where people don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
They don't. And I get a lot of hate because they're mad that I'm bringing up these possibilities, and I get it. And I think TV Mets are in the same, boat. They got to be careful because they don't want to piss off their viewers and then if it doesn't happen, then it's like, oh, you got me all hyped up for nothing. So it's like I said, I took a step back and said, you know what, it happened earlier in the year. There was a model going around, and I knew it probably wasn't going to be real, so I didn't want to share it. People came to my page disappointed because I wasn't talking about what they were seeing all over the dang internet, and I'm like, because I was at that point of like, I don't really want to talk about it because it's showing a hurricane maybe hitting Florida. I don't remember what it was. But then I saw the followers expected me to talk about it because they're seeing it on TikTok and X and Facebook, and then they got mad like, well, you used to be the guy that talked about it.
Yeah.
Now you got these other guys talking about it. So now I have to like talk about it, but really clarify what I'm thinking, or so you kind of you put it out there in a way like, hey, this could happen, but you let them know it probably ain't going to happen.
It's almost like you need an alter ego. I mean, Mike's weather page has almost gotten so big that you have a certain expectation of how you can act and what you should do. You need like the dark Mike's weather page where you're just out there sharing every model run and doom and gloom and freaking everybody out like you're accused of. What are you? I know that we don't have anything impending right now, but it was almost like the flip of a switch where I think it was a statistic that I saw from you where people are always kind of bitching and they're like, oh, they said it was going to be a big hurricane season and look, we got nothing. Where here in the state of Florida, specifically on the West Coast, I don't know if you know the statistic off the top of your head, but I want to say I saw something that said most major hurricanes that affect that area, 92% of them come after August 1st. So, I mean, really, the season starts, but like, the beginning of August is when a lot of the time we can really start looking out and having the conversations.
Yeah, and that's the whole season. Our area, believe it or not, I think October, like late September, October for the West Coast is our worst time, and that's systems that are, usually down in the Caribbean that get pulled northward, and then we have a front coming down, and they end up turning to the northeast because of a front. Milton was actually spawned from a tropical depression that was in the Pacific that crossed over Mexico.
I remember that.
That's our area to watch. This time of year, we're worried about stuff like Jean's and Francis that came across the state. And that to me is the feeling that I get this year is that we're having these fronts that are coming down. We're not enjoying the fronts, but they're up there.
Dude,
they're north of us.
The heat domes and the stalled high pressure and all of that has been absolutely miserable for the state of Florida.
Oh, it's crazy, and that those fronts are weaken that Bermuda high a little bit, and it'll allow some of these systems to bump north. But, I keep thinking back to Jean and Francis and the steering of Dorian and, Andrew. It's not unheard of to have a system go north of Caribbean, and then then that high builds back in, and it kind of comes in. So actually seeing that right now, there's a system. I'm going to Daytona, and I'm that guy asking me about my vacation plans. Like, Mike, I got a vacation plan in Daytona. What because it looks like Africa is going to start spitting out these waves, and actually, I don't know if you even know, they just released just now. NOAA, they always do an updated hurricane forecast. It was released today, and they're still calling for an above-average season. And CSU yesterday released theirs, and they're still calling for 8 hurricanes, and we haven't had one.
That's crazy.
So,
that's scary, because when you start packing them up on top of each other, that's when I think people really get freaked out. I mean, just that image, even though not proven, very much won't come to fruition, but still to see an image of a hurricane on both sides of the state of Florida, that's when people really start ramping up and getting freaked out.
Yeah, I got called out. Yeah, I get it. I mean, and that, I think I recommend 100%. If any of this stuff on the internet scares you, always stick to National Hurricane Center and your local meteorologist, because they're not going to share that stuff. But if you're geeky and love the what ifs, I mean, there's a whole world out there of these models, and knowing the past. See, that's the difference too, John. And you've done it too. You've learned a lot. I used to just share models. I didn't understand anything. Yeah. Like now, I believe in what I share, and that's the difference from me from 10 plus years ago. I didn't know what I was sharing. Now I share things because I believe that high pressure is building in. We got MJO coming. We got light, shear or whatever, I mean, so I do believe we're going to see a bunch of waves coming off Africa, and whether they recurve or not, that's, I did a whole breakdown this morning on this next wave, how it might not, curve, because we're going to have a high pressure building in. So it's confusing, and I get it. I think, and I got a lot of new people that they don't know where to turn, and it's so confusing if you're just getting into the weather. We got so many people moving to Florida too, and tourists, they don't know what the heck. They see all these spaghetti lines, and they're.
And you're being kind. You're being very, 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 very kind, and I think that's part of your secret sauce. But there is also just an ignorance, stupidity level to people, where if you took 2 seconds to just understand what's happening, which is a very basic thing to understand. We get these long range models that, are computer generated, and there's a good chance they're not going to come to fruition, but we look at them, we talk about the possibilities of them, and all you need to know is that. All you need to know is this isn't happening tomorrow, and that it's not a forecast, but there is such a lack of understanding, even for people that live in Florida, that you put one of these things up and they just see a picture and then they're calling their whole family telling them they're going to die. I mean, it's just, there's no train of thought with people. But I think you are almost single-handedly educating people on the process, and specifically Floridians and new Floridians. But before we let you go, I got to talk a little vroom vroom with you. I got to talk a little bit of NASCAR because you're going to Daytona. Yeah. You're going to Daytona, right?
Oh, yeah. It's the best. We're redneck. I'm a redneck storm chaser, and I'm a redneck NASCAR fan. We put the Walmart pool out. So there's been years I don't even get out of that pool. We just watch the damn race from a TV and just sit in that pool the whole week.
Now, I know you've said, and you're probably just being nice, but you've said, come on down. If I came and I brought a tent, is that something that could I stay there for the night? Yeah. And I think I have the passes and everything, but I could potentially pop a tent on your campsite property.
So we have, listen. I got 3 spots now, right?
Oh, damn.
And we are right next to so I got the room for a tent. We're next to this place called Red 38, right? It is the biggest party inside the infield at Daytona. A bunch of great guys. I've met them all. That's where everybody hangs out inside the Speedway. We are right next to it, man. So we do a shrimp broil one night. You're welcome to come, and we can get drunk and post.
Dude, I love it, dude. Best case scenario. Well, I don't wish this, but imagine Daytona with a hurricane 4 or 5 days out, so we can sit in the pool all day and just look at models together. That's my literal dream come true.
Oh my God! No, it is a good time. But if you figure out a way, we'll hook up, man. All right. Well, it is a lot of fun. Great people. You meet the new dog. We got Longo.
Longo, the new puppy. So damn cute. Yeah, I'm trying. It snuck up as much as we've been talking about it. It kind of snuck up on us. So we're gonna try and make it out. And I'd love to come hang with you. Who is your driver? I think you've told us in the past. Who is your driver?
I lean on Brad Kozlowski. at this point in the game.
He needs a win. He needs a win to get in the playoffs.
I know. Yeah, he came and drank some beer with me at Talladega with Ryan Blaney one time when he used to go around the golf cart. And I thought that was so cool.
Dude, Blaney's one of my favorite. I'd love to have a drink with Ryan Blaney.
Yeah, and he had an old school Earnhardt shirt on. I was going to say that's my second best. And the funny Blaney story, his dad used to race.
Yeah.
We were camping out across from him in Lake Lloyd one time, and Blaney was like, remember that, Julie? He was like, he was in the lead or something with 3 or 4 to go, and he crashed. His dad threw everything off the top of that RV, man. Chairs, tent, TV.
That's funny.
I was like, you heard it was crashing down, and I'm like, that's awesome.
I forget. Are you a Denny Hamlin hating family over there? Because we're riding hard for Denny this year.
That's my boy
over on Senning Show.
You like him,
dude? I love him. I like him. I think he needs a championship. He deserves a championship. And I like a lot of different. I'm wearing a Carson Hocevar shirt right now, which I think you would love. It's the
that
Chili's.
Might be my dude.
It's the dude. You'll love this even more because the shirt I'm wearing is the Presidente Chili's edition. So NASCAR Chili's, and there's even lightning bolts. So there's weather, Chili's, and NASCAR all in one shirt. So I'd love to make that work and connect with you.
You know what? I think he is the new Ironhead.
He is.
He don't care.
He's got to win.
He doesn't care.
He's got to get some wins.
Yeah,
but he is. A lot of people comparing him to a young Dale Earnhardt in his reckless ways.
I agree.
It's
Did you see the Earnhardt? Did you see the Earnhardt show on Netflix?
I shed some tears. I shed some tears.
I did too, man.
Yeah. Real men cry over NASCAR. So I hope we can make that happen. I'll stay in touch with you, buddy.
Yeah, now that I hear you're a Hamlin fan, we might have some good debate. I'm on the anti-Hamlin fan.
There's a lot of them out there. I thought you were going to say, now that I know you're a Hamlin fan, you're not invited anymore. So,
well, I almost said that, but not. I don't want to piss off your fans.
Yeah,
so
no,
you can still come.
They're very.
But the food might not be cooked. You might get some raw shrimp.
Not allowed going in the pool, but you can come. You can watch.
That's funny, man.
Good for you,
dude. Well, everybody, I know that probably everybody who listens at this point already follows Mike's weather page. If you want to look at I love going. It's kind of the next level evolution of understanding what's going on. SpaghettiModels.com, where Mike puts all of the different models in different variations of information right on the page. Hit him up on TikTok, on X, at Tropical Update. And man, I'm so grateful that you always come on with us. And I'm not hoping that we talk to you again because there's a storm coming. But maybe if we don't get any storms, we'll talk NASCAR playoffs. How about that, buddy?
Oh, heck yeah, man.
Right.
I'm always here for you whenever you want.
Appreciate you, man. Travel safe out there on I-4 and send my love to the family.
Yeah, we're moving Emily into her dorm.
Oh, what a moment!
College.
Oh, Daddy, I'm feeling
there
for
might
you.
be some late night posts tonight.
Yeah, you got to have a couple drinks to mourn that moment.
Yeah, Kenny Chesney's song. What's that one? When she,
is it
Don't
know,
Blink?
There's a couple. Don't Blink.
That one. Yeah.
There goes my life.
There goes my life.
There goes my life.
Man,
I'm big.
Oh my God! I started crying. I cried that song 20 years ago before I had Emily. Now I'm going to actually have an Emily doing that.
We're going to be we're big on sad, sappy songs here. So I'm going to play you out. Don't cry, but I'm going to play you out with "There Goes My Life" by Kenny Chesney.
Man. All right.
Don't cry.
All right.
I like Hamlin now.
Don't cry. Don't cry. Well, I'll talk to you soon. Thank you. Good luck with everything. Bye.
Worth mentioning too that we just started that sales tax exemption for hurricane supplies.
Hurricane stuff, yeah. And it really, and I'm sure a lot of people learned it last year, but so this year we're doing things totally different. Actually this Sunday, it's going to sound crazy, we're doing a test run with our generator just to make sure. Because
I didn't know you got a generator.
Yeah, I got a generator last right before the last hurricane, and it came together very last minute. So we've got cords running all over everything. So we got a little air conditioning unit for the bedroom, so we'll be able to keep that at least cold. And it really, anything you can do, and you hope and you pray you don't need it. You don't need to use any of it. But anything you can do to make your life more comfortable during those moments that are pretty horrific, going back to this last year when there was at least a day and a half where you couldn't even really get gas.
Yep.
There was no place to get food. A lot of people sitting in 90-degree plus weather with no air conditioning and no relief. And you don't want to be without everything during those moments. So preparation, I probably rolled my eyes at the idea of it for a long time living in Florida. The more I learn about hurricanes and the more that I live through like this, I'm taking being prepared very, very seriously. But just because, what was that? I don't know if you were here at that point, and I'm pretty sure it was Irma, but I remember Geo was out of power for like 3.5 weeks.
Oh, really?
During that storm. And there were many people during many storms that go extended periods of time without power. And there's a lot of different things you can do to be prepared, but you just got to do them because it's a bummer. It's a bummer when everything around you is in flux and maybe damage has happened and you're also losing everything in your fridge or don't have air conditioning or can't turn on a light or any of that. So anything you can do to cover your ass is a good thing.
My biggest thing that I need to get better at, I will with this hurricane season, is that supply of gas.
Yeah.
Just on the back end. Because if it wasn't for Dylan, I would have been stranded last time.
And the thing is, it's never enough.
No,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
Like, I thought I was so prepared last year, and we got this generator, and I went out and got, I think, like 2, maybe, I think I actually got 3 10-gallon big-ass gas cans, and I got a bunch of propane tanks because the generator runs on that, too. And I'm thinking, okay,
we're good.
We're sailing free, baby. I'm going to, we didn't have air, but I'm like, the fridge is on. We've got lights. We're going to be fine. A day and a half in, 2 days in, it's all gone. And then you're out there waiting in line in
it's a mess.
Then you get into the idea of hoarding gas and all of that, which I don't encourage either. But hey, we live in Florida and a lot of good things come along with it. But during this time of the year, you gotta pay attention and you need to make sure that your family and yourself are covered if and when that moment does come. Let's step aside for a moment. Again, here's the sad song for Mike. If you've had your kids go away, you might shed a tear. I don't know if this was on our list when we had the segment of
And he cried.
I can't remember because you did have some country songs on there. I just would not remember it. I do know that you did have what's his name, Miggs.
Oh, man! You had Miggs.
No, you had Don.
No, you had Miggs.
You had Don. Whole big mess.
Everybody
whole
knows.
Mess.
Until we labeled you a prude boy, your nickname around the building is Miggs Man.
Miggs
Man. Dude, everybody knows it, dude. Everybody knows you're a Miggs Man. Don't go anywhere. When we come back, I always love having this conversation, and I love the calls that we normally get, so I'm hoping we get some today. I saw an article that was from The Sun. I don't know how reliable that publication is, but it delves into the idea of relationships with very large age gaps. I'm hoping to hear from people that have large age gaps. We'll discuss the what was the word that you used yesterday? The efficacy of large age gaps and what they mean. Coming up next on more Senning Show. Shout out to Mike's weather page. Appreciate you making time, buddy.
There goes.
Change is always happening. You know, it is part of our life. Everything that we love changes in some form or fashion. If it's music, movies, now you get a reboot. They make extenuations of movies that you've seen. Even your taste in music and entertainment can change. But no matter how much things change in the next 5 years, there's one thing that will stay the same, and that is the price of your internet when you go with Xfinity, who is introducing a 5-year price guarantee. That means you get 5 years of the most reliable Wi-Fi with the best equipment included for a price that will stay exactly the same. If you're surprised, congratulations. Life is going to be full of them. One internet price, 5 years. Lock it in. It's guaranteed. You can learn more at xfinity.com/deals.
You're listening to Senning Show on 102.5 The Bone. Elysian Space Dust IPA presents St. Pete Grunge Fest, a free show Friday, August 8th at Janice Live. And you guessed it, it's all grunge all night with some of Florida's best tribute bands, including Nirvana,
A tribute to Nirvana.
In a Nutshell,
A tribute to Alice in Chains.
and Still Alive,
A tribute to Pearl Jam.
It's a free show, but you need a ticket. Ask your bartender for an Elysian Space Dust IPA and free tickets at Eddie's Bay Pines, Knockin' Boots, Bourbon on Main, Brulin's, and Ferg's. The show is 21 and up. New bands with the classic grunge you love. St. Pete Grunge Fest, August 8th at Janice Live. Presented by Elysian Space Dust IPA and 102.5 The Bone. Real, raw radio.
Hurt in a slip and fall? Take back control of your life. Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
Hello there, my afternoon chillers. It is I, the king of chill, John Senning. And let me tell you about a night that's taking Tampa Bay by storm. Trivia night under the Tiki at Cava Social Club in downtown Bradenton. If you think you got the brains to back it up, Thursday is the night and the Cava Social Club is the spot. Hosting is the one and only Ryan C., who curates the ultimate trivia experience from pop culture to music, movies, history, and so much more. He brings the perfect mix that keeps teams coming back every single week. The competition is friendly, but don't let that fool you. Things can get intense. The variety of prizes is impressive, and these teams come to win. If you think you got what it takes to take down the other teams, or maybe you're new in town and looking to join a crew, either way, Cava Social Club has you covered. It's the perfect place to test your knowledge, make new friends, and enjoy some of the freshest Cava and Kratom teas while you play. Gather your team or come solo. Make sure you check out the Cava Social Club online at thecavasocialclub.com and on all their social medias at Cava Social Club. Boola, baby.
Sitting in traffic because of an auto accident is frustrating. We should remember, though, that the person in that accident ahead, their life has changed forever. And we may be thankful it isn't us. But if it ever is, call 1-800-BURNETTI. We're ready. Offices Tampa, Lakeland, Pinellas.
Now this is how you end a summer. Under the lights, surrounded by history, the driver's last shot at the playoffs, your last chance to see regular season action. Friday night, Xfinity lights the fuse. Saturday night, the Cup Series delivers the fireworks. This is Daytona. This is everything. NASCAR weekend at Daytona International Speedway, August 22nd and 23rd. Get your tickets now at DaytonaInternationalSpeedway.com.
Are you stuck with medical bills after an accident that wasn't your fault? I'm Tampa injury attorney Mo DeWitt, and I'll fight to make sure those responsible pay, not you. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. JustCallMo.com.
Paid for by Hims & Hers Health. Hims & Hers Weight Loss is not available everywhere. Compounded products are not FDA approved or verified for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription required. Restrictions at forhers.com apply. Wegovy and Ozempic are not compounded.
Trying to lose weight? It's time to try Hers. At forhers.com/radio, you can access affordable, doctor-trusted weight loss treatments tailored to you. These include oral medication kits and compounded semaglutide, the same active ingredient that's in Ozempic and Wegovy, but at a much lower price. So you can lose weight for less money than you'd spend on name-brand drugs. Through Hers, pricing for oral medication kits starts at just $69 a month for a 10-month plan when paid in full upfront. No hidden fees, no membership fees. Plus, the process is 100% online. If prescribed, your personalized plan ships free directly to your door. Reach your weight loss goals with help from Hers. Get started at forhers.com/radio to access affordable, doctor-trusted weight loss plans. That's forhers.com/radio. forhers.com/radio.
Did you know that your home's air ducts are the lungs of your home? Thankfully, you can breathe easier indoors by calling Zero Res Carpet and Air Duct Cleaning. Call now at 813-375-9960. Having pets and being prone to allergies are just a few reasons to give the cleaning pros a call. Right now, take $50 off your next air duct cleaning. Use promo code AIR50 when scheduling online at ZeroResTampaBay.com. Zero Res, it's the right way to clean.
For weather-tight windows and doors done right, call WeatherTight Windows for WeatherTight Mike. For weather-tight windows, hurricane strong, go to WeatherTightWindows.com.
Call WeatherTight today at 813-908-0131.
Let's go!
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting great candidates? Well, they're not hard to find when you go to ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. People who are actively looking for jobs like yours. So it's easy to find the right person fast. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
1025 The Bone. Real Raw Radio. WHPT, Sarasota, Tampa, St. Pete. And 1073 WXGL HD2 St. Pete. Live from the WeatherTight Windows studio. And now, back to Senning Show. With your host, John Senning.
Hit him with a little ghetto gospel.
Those who wish to follow me,
My ghetto gospel.
I welcome with my hands. And the red sun sings.
Welcome back to Senning Show. I'm John Senning. He's Dizzy.
And peace to this young warrior without the sound of guns.
If I could recollect before my hood days, I sit and reminisce. Think of the bliss of the
You've heard this, right?
No, who is this?
Oh, really? I can't tell if you're messing with me.
No.
It was on I believe it was released after he died, but it's Tupac and Elton John is singing the hook.
We left them a world that's cursed, and it hurts.
800-771-1025. If you want to interact with the show, hit us up on social media at The John Senning, at Dizzy for Mayor on X and Instagram. Get up in the YouTube chat room, 1025 The Bone. We're live, streaming video every single day. I think it was also after, dude, if you ever read anything about Elton John's taste in music, he loves insane music. Like his taste in music, the amount of people that I've heard say, like Elton John has reached out to them personally. Like one person who I know you don't necessarily love him, but like Logic tells a story about how he actually has a voicemail that he plays on one of his albums that Elton John left him. Tech Nine is another one who Elton John like reached out to directly to tell him how much he loved his music.
Oh, wow.
He's I think loves everything, but he likes rap. He likes hip hop.
He's on the underground scene.
Yeah, the one that he did you remember when he did Stan? With,
of course.
With Eminem at the
that was
at the Grammys.
Dido, whatever, and then he did it with him. On
I
stage,
remember when he did that. I thought that was like the coolest thing ever.
and it was a lot because during that time, Eminem was being called a homophobe and all that stuff.
Yes,
because of his lyrics, and he was like, "Homophobe. This guy's the greatest guy I've met.
The greatest gay guy.
Yeah,
and he's the greatest guy. non-gay hating guy I've ever met." We're going to get into the age range stuff here in a minute, and I've got tickets to give away if you want to call in and tell us about your relationship that has a substantial age gap. I would say we'll accept anything 10 years and over. I think we've talked about it before. Do our parents have the same age gap?
Same exact 7 years.
7? Is it mine? I think mine are 8, but 7, 8.
Yours are insane then.
Yeah, that is. That is. It's crazy. Dude, and I don't even know. And I was so mad because I wanted to bring this up when I had my mom and dad in the studio. I think there was a little, like, I'm just going to go out on a limb. Statute of limitations is up. I'm pretty sure my dad could have been sent to prison. Let me just
same.
There was some legit robbing of the cradle.
My mom was probably, I don't know the math. They never went through it, and that's probably why. 16 or 17.
Yes. Oh, dude, we're same exact thing. And I always reminisce on the moment.
I'm going to text right now and ask.
My whole life, I didn't put together the fact until I want to say I was like 19 years old. I didn't do the math and figure out the fact that my mom was pregnant with me at their wedding.
Oh, really?
Like it wasn't until I started doing the math regarding their anniversary and my birthday and everything where I realized very early on in the pregnancy. But I think they were probably like, okay, I got this young girl knocked up. I'm gonna have to go ahead and marry her now.
A lot more acceptable with the age gaps back then.
Dude, the age gap thing is crazy, specifically from male to female.
Yeah,
and I think in the real world a lot too. But even when you go back and you look at musicians and different people, the rock stars around that time, always having around 15, 16-year-old girls, and I think it was accepted. Like, I know as weird as that is, I was going to say were people just turning a blind eye, but I think it was more than that. I think it was not looked at as that bad. Countless songs, she's only 17. All these songs about young girls. And sometime over the past 20 plus years, we decided,
not okay.
I remember if you were a senior in our high school and you were dating a freshman, we looked at you like, yo, you're a psycho. What are you doing, dog?
It is.
That's so young. Even weirder than that, I remember when we went to from middle school to high school, my homeboy dumped his girlfriend because she was an 8th grader now, and he was a 9th grader. He goes, well, I can't tell people I'm dating a middle schooler.
Yeah.
It was 1 year.
It's tough. It is, those things are frowned upon. I was going to throw something else out there, but we're behind, so I'm just going to tell you the story. So I saw it this morning. It was in the Sun, and the headline reads, I'm 25, and my man is 76.
Oh, my God.
Trolls say our disturbing relationship should be illegal, and his grandkids say he needs a prenup. So this girl's 25. She started dating an older man who was 51 years older than her, and many people online commenting saying it's disturbing. Not only this, but the haters, as they're calling them, have criticized Diana and her 76-year-old Edgar's relationship, with many saying it should be illegal. And that's not all. This is the least reach of all. Many people accusing her of being a gold digger and saying hopefully this guy has a prenup. There's a weird tie in here to prove myself wrong, or at least come out against my own thoughts and connect it to the step sibling thing. Because with the step sibling thing, I said to you, and JoJo kind of said the same thing of like, well, love sometimes comes out of nowhere and you can't help who you love.
Yeah. I
can't take that same mind frame and apply it to this.
Oh.
I don't think I can. Now some relationships are different, and I think there's crazy double standards when the genders are reversed. It gets a little weirder and harder to explain. I find it nearly impossible that a 25-year-old attractive woman is getting what she needs emotionally, spiritually, sexually, everything that needs to be checked in a relationship, that she's getting any of those from a man who is damn near 80 years old.
Yeah, because they've checked out at that point, you would think, right? They're not really invested. They're not able to physically perform the way a young bull would be able to. So I would jump on that.
But just, think about what a 76-year-old man has lived through. Think of what his...
Especially if he's from a certain era.
Like what he likes, what brings him joy, what his day is like. And then you go into the, we can say all day and pretend that we mean it. Oh, looks aren't everything. You're telling me that this 25-year-old girl is getting underneath an old, sweaty, elderly man with his wrinkly balls and thinking, like, give it to me, baby? That is, I just can't find a path to. And again, if you are in this situation,
props to you.
Yeah, I'm not going to bury you if you call. I want to hear about it. 800-771-1025. I know this is obviously as extreme as it gets. I do still have tickets. One of them I'm out of, but I don't know what it is. I think I have Cage the Elephant and Little Big Town tickets still. I think we gave away the Kesha tickets. But yeah, it's you get into. I'm trying to think where the line is. So obviously our parents are around 8 years, and that feels fairly normal.
Got a text back from my mom.
Oh.
Lock my dad up.
Oh, no.
That's what I want to say.
When did he get her?
She said, if she remembers correctly, it was a little before her 15th birthday. I'm like, oh, my God.
Dude.
You were 14.
Dude, I think there's a chance that my dad was in a very similar situation.
Yeah.
So my mom had me. I don't know. I don't know all the.
That means my dad was 21. Is like, yo, that 14-year-old.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Isn't it crazy that that's our parents?
Yeah.
Or if we saw that news story today, we would be like, oh damn, this guy's got to go to prison.
Well, yeah. I heard this now, and I go, lock my dad up.
Yeah. It's like, oh damn, dude, my dad was frolicking around Epstein Island. What the hell is going on?
He's on the list.
He's on the list.
Trump, keep that away.
Red John is on the list. But when you think of that gap, and again, it does also matter where the ages land. Now, I don't think either one of us, even though we were born from it, would say a 20-something-year-old man and a 14, 15-year-old girl is ever going to be okay. But you start thinking about a 35-year-old woman and a 45-year-old man, and it doesn't feel quite as bad or as wrong. But then you start getting into 35-year-old woman, 65-year-old man, and I just, in my mind, and I can be ignorant, I find it hard to believe that everybody's in it for the right reasons. And the 76-year-old man, not that he's getting off easily in this situation. Let's say the 25-year-old woman is a gold digger. 76-year-old man, he's getting some 25-year-old ass.
Yeah.
Like and I'm sure he's in it for more better reasons if we had to pinpoint him. But like everybody, I think in relationships where the age gap is that big, there are larger ulterior motives than the average relationship. I don't think that's the biggest reach to say.
I think when I was younger, I always was so ignorant to the fact that I was like, when I get in my 40s or 50s, I'm going to leave whoever I'm with, get me a nice 20-year-old, and just that will be it. Now that I'm at the age I am, if me and Nicole broke up and I hopped in the dating scene, I don't think I would go younger than like 27, 25. Not because I don't want one of them. It's just I'm in a different part of my life where some in their early 20s,
you say that.
I imagine they're going to be partying and doing all this. I'm going to go, no, I want to sleep.
You say that until a 25-year-old drops that thick, meaty 25-year-old ass on you, and then you forgot everything that you just said. You forgot everything that they possibly could.
Fall in the family. Get me a nice 14-year-old and
let's not
red shirt them until they get 18.
Neither of us should be following in the family footsteps. I'll put it like that. Senning Show, you're live on the air. Who's this?
Hey, Johnny, it's Rob. How you doing?
Hey, Rob. What's going on, dude?
So my dad is 75 now.
Okay.
His wife just died 4 years ago. She was 52.
Oh, and she died first?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, he was kind of hedging his bets, making sure that she didn't die first, and then she went first.
Then he goes right back into the online dating stuff. And now he's married to a woman 20 years younger than him already.
Damn.
And
is your dad
my dad gets after it.
Is he a poon hound?
Yeah.
Like is he just is he a horned up guy?
Yeah, he gets more dates in 3 years than I've had in 10.
What about your mom though? She seems a little more calm.
Yeah, my mom is my mom. She's the best mother in the whole world.
Yeah, I believe that. She seems like it.
Real quick thing, if I can rewind on you on the mechanics, and Dizzy, you're absolutely right about putting the tires up underneath the framework.
Thank you.
Signed off by a real man.
Hey, you got to do it at some point. But to find an honest mechanic, when I had my Camaro, you remember that, I took my Camaro into my mechanic, and he said, Rob, he says, your transmission is going to go out anytime now. He says, you are going to be without a car for several months, and it's going to take me longer to find the parts than it is to fix it. That is an honest mechanic.
There you go. Yeah, and you got to have one. Thank you, Rob. Thank you. Dude, Rob sounded sober.
Yeah.
Rob sounded with it. If he would have ended with his horned up dad, would have been even better. But he was feeling himself. So shout out to Marine Rob. Hoorah! Senning Show, you're live on the air. Who's this?
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, my name's Rich. I'm from Port Charlotte, and I am married to a woman that's 12 years older than I am.
12 years older. Okay, now that's just outside the window. How old are you?
I am 36.
So you're so you got yourself a little bit of a coug.
Coug
So
life.
50.
yeah.
48. Is my math right there?
She's 47 now.
Oh, 47. Okay. How did you guys meet?
We actually met through mutual friends years ago, and we got together, I would say, probably about 8-9 years ago now.
Oh wow! So this is love. This is not still a fresh thing. You've you're in
it.
Yeah,
we have a kid together.
Oh wow! So how old? I'm trying to do my math here. How old was she when you had the kid?
I was 29, so she was probably in her late 30s at the time.
Oh wow! Look, is there moments that come up in 12 years at that point in your life? It's not one of those things that smacks you in the face, but I would imagine that there are, differences and, just things that you like to do or want to do. Is that true? Is there anything that rears its ugly head where you're like, damn, this lady's old?
No, not really, because she's basically got the same mindset I do, and we really don't have that problem. We have basically the same interests and everything like that. She likes racing. I like racing. What kind of racing? Are you guys NASCAR fans? What kind of rooming you doing? I'm actually more of a Formula One GT racing.
Got you. So you like that Australian pussy commentator guy?
I actually do a lot of sim racing too at home. I play a lot of Gran Turismo.
I got to get in on that. Hang tight. I'm going to give you. Oh wait, I did have one more question. One last question. Are you still there?
Yes, I am.
Does she have a gray bush?
No, she does not.
Okay,
actually,
No further questions. Just hang tight. I'll give you a price. Like, that's the other thing, too, is that it's...
gray bushes?
No.
Oh.
The greatest question that I have asked in my life, and I think about it so often, and no old person has ever been able to answer this for me properly. So now, like, you see a woman out, and I mean, she could be 19, 20, 21. You would be able to acknowledge, like, that's a beautiful woman.
Yeah.
Like and even as you get a little bit older, into the 50s and the 60s, like, you see a woman and you go, that's a beautiful woman. When you get to be old, and I mean old, let's say any age over 75, over 70 maybe. Like, at some point in your life, do you look at an old person? And I'm talking old. I'm talking full gray, walking with a cane, got the limps and the wrinkles and all of it. Like, at some point when you're old, do you look at other old people and think that they're hot? Or do you just look around at old people and go, damn, I'm old, they're old, everybody's old? Or do you go, does your mind get rewired when you're old to be sexually attracted? Because, like, right now, if I asked you to have sex with an 85-year-old woman, like, it would be a struggle.
Yeah.
Is it the same way when you're 85 years old?
No, because I hear like 18 to 22 and then like 68. And I'm not saying that's old, but like, let's say a little older, like retirement homes have the most sex and the most STD
that
transfers.
Is true. They do say that up in the villages, because they say that's in the villages, that is where I think they said like the more herpes per capita and all that.
Yeah.
But there is such a big difference. A lot of people retire in the villages 55. So you get 50. I mean, to me, 55 to 65, a lot of those people still looking really good, still got a lot of life to them. To me, it's that next phase. It's that next phase where my question really comes into play, where it's, are old people hot to other old people? Because like I said, some people you could see out. You could see a 55, 60-year-old woman and go, damn, she's put together.
I imagine... Yes, for whoever you're with. You could look at them and be like, oh, my God, they're aging so beautifully. I remember when they were in their prime. I don't know if it's as easy for them to do what you're saying and just walk by another old person who has a cane with the tennis balls at the bottom and go, oh, my God.
That's my type.
Yeah, I'm about to blow that. She's going to need a wheelchair when I'm done.
Shout out to the power of Chris Compels You with his second shout out of the day, because he just put in the chat room, can we all just come together as Americans right now and click the like button for Senning and Dizzy? It's free and it only takes a second. You're damn right. So do that if you're in there. Senning Show, you're live on the air. Who's this?
Hey, what's going on? It's Paul. What's up, rooms?
Vroom, baby.
I feel like you said room. I feel like you didn't put a proper vroom
No,
on your...
room. I can't do it like you guys do.
Yeah, vroom.
Hey, so what baffles me,
yes,
I'm still baffled, and I just want to hear your opinion. Bill Belichick.
That's another one. That's a
that
great
blows
example.
Me away, man.
Yeah.
That is a great example. And
that's a money thing.
Yeah, you would think, and I agree for the most part, but you almost wonder, can somebody be totally captivated by that persona? And it's just as bad as money, but for the most part, a lot of people would argue he's the greatest NFL coach of all time.
Yeah.
He had a run with Tom Brady that is unlike anybody else. He's a legend.
Yeah.
So I mean, is there something to being turned on by the status and who he is, and less of, I want to run this thing and make sure that I can steal all of his money when he eventually dies?
I agree with that. I think a lot of people find power very attractive and sexy. So I think that is something. But for sure, if he didn't have what he was doing, even if he just had the money, I don't think he could pull the people like her.
No.
Same with Leo. I think if Leo wasn't
talking about Leonardo DiCaprio?
Yeah, if he wasn't some famous actor,
Like you guys
he would
on a
not be
first name.
pulling these 22-year-old Danish women and
You're on a
stuff
first
like
name basis with Leo.
Yeah.
Here's Leo, my boy.
I call him L-Dog, but...
Yeah, no, you're right. And he's one of those, too, where I think his reputation and aura is better than he is today. You know what I mean? Like, now you see him, got a big old belly.
Yep.
He's not looking too good. Seems weirder than ever. But I think when you hear the name Leonardo DiCaprio, you think stud. You think legend. You think the guy who's been banging young girls for his entire life. And I think that your reputation can precede you and obviously get you laid.
Yeah.
And who doesn't love going out on a yacht? Dude, I saw a hat today. This is one of the highlights of the of things I saw on the internet today. It was a hat for girls. I guess it could be for a guy. And it said, if you got a boat, I got a throat.
Oh.
I loved it. And I can see the ladies getting on Leo's boat with that same hat.
There's a lot of girls I remember growing up with in high school, whatever. I see them on yachts and stuff like that, just like in those like thong
Yeah,
photos.
Oh yeah.
And I look at that and go, what did you do to
Oh
me
yeah,
on
what
that
did
boat?
you what didn't you do?
Yeah, you got that hat?
What hole didn't you give up?
Yeah.
Senning Show, you're live on the air. Who's this?
Hi, this is Elias from Sebring.
Hey, what's going on in Sebring?
That's empty. There's nothing here.
Okay, good.
But me and my wife has a 14-year difference.
Oh man, who's older?
She is.
Oh damn, you got yourself a coug. How old are you?
I'm 26.
Oh, 26. Okay, so she's like a 40-ish or something like that. For some reason, that may be in the window of similar ages where you could have the largest gap without it seeming totally weird.
Yeah.
A 26-year-old dating somebody in their late 30s does not feel inherently weird.
No, because they're still on the young side of their life. And you said it the other day, like, you don't see anything crazy as like kind of old until like maybe 47, and that's not even saying
like they're still
old.
younger people. Like that is a. Did you tell us how long you've been together already?
4.5 years.
Okay, how'd you meet?
TikTok. So I was over at Dover Air Force Base just scrolling on TikTok, and I found her, and she thought I was super young. Then I said I was in the military, and then we started talking.
What kind of TikToks did she have?
Yeah.
She was on live currently, but she was a law enforcement officer.
Oh damn!
You got yourself an old cougar cop,
dude. Did she put on the
cuffs?
Yeah, you ever play with the with her in the uniform, and she gotta get the nightstick out on daddy?
Cuffs go on her sometimes.
Don't be coy. Don't. You can tell us your secret.
family,
You said you put the cuffs on her. Do you wear her police uniform too?
No.
Oh, all right. Thank you, sir. Pulling teeth over here. I was really hoping to get a lady. All right, that's not a lady either. You can hang tight. We'll.
What if it was?
Yeah. Are you a lady?
It's Bonnie.
All right, no. Also, still not a still not a lady. Do not go anywhere. There was a couple things I wanted to get to. One of them pertaining to. So we have Do you have anything in your house like a Google Home or an Amazon Alexa or anything like that?
Yes, we have the Google one, whatever that's called.
Oh, okay, so yeah, I think it's like Google Home. I don't know what their name.
It's just Google.
I don't know
Home?
what their
Okay.
name
Oh
is.
yeah, because we go, hey Google. Yeah, you're right.
They might have a name. They might not. Well, we have an Amazon Alexa, and I have been just amazed at how terrible the Amazon Alexa has been.
Yeah.
But a couple days ago, it started talking to us, telling that we were eligible for a new sneak preview of the Amazon Alexa Plus, which is an AI-powered assistant for your home. When I tell you, it has gotten weird really, really quick, and I can foresee now very easily a world where divorces will happen, relationships will be changed, households will be divided if you let these AI creatures into your home. And I'll tell you exactly what our Alexa is up to and the trouble that she's stirring up in our home next with more Senning Show. I was talking to you about the storms and being prepared, and you can be prepared in a bunch of different ways. One of those options is going solar with Solar Bear, where you get the panels put in and then you get the backup power, the backup batteries. So that means when the power goes off, it just switches right over to the backup batteries. And then anybody who's lived through a hurricane knows within a couple days, the sun comes out and you get enough batteries to power you through. And when it comes to your power bill, it just keeps going up. It's doubling constantly. Now imagine you had the chance to lock in energy savings for life, but you waited too long because the federal solar tax credit is going away. But there's still time. That is potentially thousands of dollars in savings that you could lose forever if you don't act now. But if you go to solarbear.com today, you still have time to claim the credit before it disappears, and you also will make no payments for 12 months. Solar Bear is Florida's #1 solar installer with thousands of 5-star reviews. Make the decision. Make the call today. Check them out online at solarbear.com.
You're listening to Senning Show on 102.5 The Bone. Tell us what you think. Head to the 102.5 The Bone app now and leave us an open mic. The Open Mic on the free 102.5 The Bone app is sponsored by 1-800-ASK-GARY.
If you ever find yourself inside the emergency room, surrounded by these sounds, by these voices, by these machines, may you find our team of expert emergency caregivers at your side.
You're gonna be okay. Just grab my hand.
This is the power of the human spirit. Advent Health ER, 24/7 access to convenient emergency care. Go to theerexperts.com for locations near you. Advent Health. Feel whole.
Medical malpractice and nursing home abuse cases are difficult and the stories are heartbreaking. At Bernetti PA, we fight to make sure your story is heard loud and clear. We know you may not have been ready. Call 1-800-BERNETTI. We're ready. Offices Tampa, Lakeland, Pinellas.
Paid for by Hims & Hers Health. Hims & Hers weight loss is not available everywhere. Compounded products are not FDA approved or verified for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription required. Restrictions at forhers.com apply. Wegovy and Ozempic are not compounded.
Trying to lose weight? It's time to try Hers. At forhers.com/radio, you can access affordable, doctor-trusted weight loss treatments tailored to you. These include oral medication kits and compounded semaglutide, the same active ingredient that's in Ozempic and Wegovy, but at a much lower price. So you can lose weight for less money than you'd spend on name-brand drugs. Through Hers, pricing for oral medication kits starts at just $69 a month for a 10-month plan when paid in full upfront. No hidden fees, no membership fees. Plus, the process is 100% online. If prescribed, your personalized plan ships free directly to your door. Reach your weight loss goals with help from Hers. Get started at forhers.com/radio to access affordable, doctor-trusted weight loss plans. That's forhers.com/radio. forhers.com/radio.
Worried about market losses? If headlines are keeping you up at night, it's time to take control. Hi, I'm Jeff Jr. with Trajan Wealth, and I know you've worked hard to save. But in times like these, what if can turn into what now? If you're planning to retire or are in retirement, you need a strategy that helps protect your future. At Trajan Wealth, you can capture market gains, protect your account from losses, and guarantee income for life. Right now, you could receive a bonus of up to 30% or annual growth of up to 10% for retirement income. You heard me right. An upfront bonus of up to 30% or annual growth of up to 10%, all guaranteed to boost your lifetime income in retirement. Don't leave your future to chance. Plan with confidence. Call Trajan today at 813-550-1000. That's 813-550-1000.
Annuity guarantees are based on the claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company, DBA, in most states as Trajan Wealth Insurance Solutions.
Oh, hi there. This is Attorney Patrick Smith inviting you to tune into The Bone this Saturday and every Saturday from 8 to 9 a.m. for the Attorney Patrick Smith Show, where you can get all of your legal questions answered. So tune in this Saturday from 8 to 9 a.m. right here on The Bone for the Attorney Patrick Smith Show.
Tampa Heat, no mercy, but Superheat Air and Plumbing has your back. Just $29 for an AC system check, working or not, and if it needs a fix, that $29 goes towards it. Fast pro service same day. Call Superheat now at 813-618-5818.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-511-3535. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-511-3535. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-511-3535. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-511-3535. 800-511-3535.
Elysian Space Dust IPA presents St. Pete Grunge Fest, a free show featuring Florida's best Nirvana, Pearl Jam, and Alice in Chains tribute bands. August 8th at Janice Live. Get your free tickets today at Eddie's Bay Pines, Knockin' Boots, Bourbon on Main, Brulin's, and Ferg's.
Involved in a car accident? We understand the pressure you're under. Call Farah and Farah.
Tampa.
Now, back to Real Raw Radio. Sponsored by Anajar and Levine, Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Now, back to Senning Show. With your host, John Senning.
Welcome back to Senning Show. Shout out to Ralph in the YouTube chat. I am not going to say that I'll take requests in there all the time, but if you throw out something musically and it catches my eye, I loved me some Rammstein in the day. You know this song?
Yes. Whenever I hear this song, it reminds me of How High.
Oh, yeah.
When he couldn't wake him up and he played this song and then he put the blunt out.
Dude, these guys are something else, man. Very scary in a good way.
Oh, you've seen them?
Oh, no. I just mean their whole being.
Oh, okay.
Du hast mich. Wild Fork Foods. I love them. I swear by them. I'm so grateful to be partnered up with them because when it's a product and a business that you love and you'd be using, whether you were partnered up with them or not, it makes it very easy to talk about. And no matter what kind of diet or eating habits you have, there's something for everybody at Wild Fork. I'm making the attempt to go protein heavy. I cooked up some chicken breast last night. Dude, their chicken breasts are big old fat boy chicken breast. Tonight, I'm making myself some sort of like Mexican bowl, and they have a fajita seasoned ground chicken that comes with peppers and onions, and it's already seasoned. Very, very delightful. If you're into vegetables and seafood, they've got a great selection. The grouper is amazing. The redfish, they've got these great little mahi bites that are perfect for mahi tacos. And when it comes to smoothies and things like that, they've got fruit. They've even got smoothie boosters. Everything you could possibly imagine and more, over 450 items. You can order online and get it delivered to your front door, which is one of the best things ever. You can order online and pick it up in store, or, which I would suggest for your first time, get into your local Wild Fork and put your eyes on everything that they have in St. Pete, South Tampa, and West Chase. Always online at wildforkfoods.com. Before the break, we were talking about this story of a woman who is 25 years old, and I was watching the video on YouTube, and you were doing a dance move that I didn't see you do in real life. Like, you were doing it, but I didn't see you do it with my own eyes.
What?
You were going like this. You were doing this.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Did that just happen?
Yeah. When I said when he was passing the blunt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, wouldn't it be super creepy if things started happening on the videos that didn't really happen in real life?
It's not actually us. It's
it's
AI.
like AI generated version of what they think we're doing. But this story about the age gap, we were taking calls from people with big age gaps, and a couple people held on. So let me take these real quick before I tell you about the new AI in my home and why I think it might end up being a problem. Senning Show, you're live on the air. Who's this?
JD.
JD, what's up?
What's up, brother?
How you doing, man? What's going on today?
Hey, man, I'm dating a 30-year-old, and I'm 61.
Oh, damn, a 30-year age gap. That's look at you, stud. What's the deal?
I'm young for my age. I do construction, so I'm young. I'm a guitar player.
Oh, dude, you got it all going for you, dude. How could a 30-year-old not want to hop on that thing? How did you guys meet?
She was a neighbor, actually. I ended up doing some work for her, and we just kind of started hanging out, and just kind of happened. It's kind of weird.
It wasn't like a lifelong neighbor when, like, you were her neighbor when she was like 15 and you were.
Moved in.
Oh, really? And you started doing work for her, and then was it that natural? Were you over there just like laying some pipe or running the backhoe, and then she just was thinking to herself, I got to get some of this stud? How did it all come together?
Yeah, it was kind of weird. She kind of came on to me, it was kind of cool. I really didn't think much about it, and freaking hot, and let's go here.
How this is the real question here. How does her family think about it? I think that's an underrated element that we haven't touched on yet, that most parents of a 30-year-old girl or any young girl don't like the idea of an older man. Have you met her parents? Does she have a dad?
Yeah, I've met her father. He had no problem with it, but I haven't met her mother.
How old's her dad?
He's got me by about, he's like right at 70, so he's got me by almost 10 years.
Well, that's better. It would make it a little more awkward if her dad was younger than her man was. I wish you nothing but love and happiness for the rest of your life. That's another one. 30 and 60, you're getting there. You're getting to a place that's feels a little something.
That's a huge gap.
Yeah, it is. And I mean,
and
60,
times.
Yeah, at 60, you can be a cool 60, but also I go back to my original point where it's just I have a feeling that there's going to be some gaps there. There's going to be some things that a 60-year-old man cannot give a 30-year-old woman. And I'm not just talking about sex. I'm talking about conversation and socialization and all sorts of different things.
Me at my age, if I was going to get someone at that age, they would have to look like a Halle Berry, a Jennifer Lopez.
Oh, yeah.
A Vita Guerrero. Like someone who's like just aged perfectly.
Yeah. I think that makes you shallow. You can't just love an old.
It does.
You can't just love an old lady for her old self.
Like, look at that wrinkly skin. I love it.
J-Lo, by the way, is like entering a whole new whorish era. Like I can't tell if they're just piling on her, but every time I look at these damn websites every day, it feels like there's a different story about the outfit that J-Lo is wearing on stage that they're saying are her most revealing outfits yet.
Well, she's got to because her music's not going to pop the crowd. You know what I mean?
That's a good point. That's the thing. For J-Lo, as popular as she is, it's kind of crazy because she had some hits, but I don't know that anybody's going to say J-Lo is like one of the best female artists of our time.
No.
And she also had some movies. Nobody's ever going to say these were some of the greatest movies of our time. Like she's operated in a space that has allowed her to be just famous enough to be around. And I think the fact that she's super attractive and has stayed hot for so long and you know, her booty was kind of the thing for a long time. Like she is an interesting case study in how you can do things just good enough to be famous for 30 plus years.
Yeah. It was interesting how she went from a fly girl to like one of the biggest pop stars for the longest time.
Yeah, but it's when you think about it, and I have one song that comes to mind when I think of J-Lo.
I have two, and both of them are featuring rappers.
Yeah, exactly. And
yours is Real with Ja Rule, right?
Yes.
I knew it.
Yes. It is absolutely and that was about as sweet of a sweet spot. Dude, when I was on the ones and twos at Chiller's Teen Dance Club, dude, this one really popped the crowd.
Yeah. This one and Jenny from the Block is the only ones I acknowledge. And that's with the Locks. Where it starts like yeah.
I'm trying to see. I was looking at her list to see if there was a song. Okay, so her actual biggest song, I've got to know it, but on just looking at the title, I don't know it. But yeah. This is her biggest song, like by a bit.
I did not like this. Is this with Shakira?
Pitbull.
Pitbull. Okay, just Pitbull.
815 million streams on this one, and that's about double the next closest.
This was when I feel like dubstep and stuff was big too. You know what I mean? Like this type of
we went through
background music.
It went that was during the same phase, kind of. I think as LMFAO.
Yes.
Where there was this whole kind of like electronically driven club sound that was busy. All right, so this Alexa thing, and it's not, nobody's really, I don't think anybody is actually really bothered by it, but it's been more of a just an interesting case study because you see the scary movies, you see the scary movies that are everywhere now where the AI like goes too far, and I think we talked about a story a few weeks back where there was for some reason I'm thinking it was the day that you were out. It was a story about a mom who had put restrictions on the AI assistant thing that was inside the house.
Yeah.
So her kids couldn't access it after 9:00. Well, she caught her kid talking to it in the middle of the night, which should have been shut down.
Yeah.
So according to the Post, and you never know what's real on the internet, she said she recorded her interaction with it, and she said, "I told you, that you shouldn't be operating after 9." And the whole headline was when, it may have been an Alexa, maybe this new Alexa. So when Alexa gaslights you, she's like, "Oh, I don't operate after 9:00. If you heard me, you might want to think about seeing a doctor to check out your hearing." And
that's definitely not when I was here.
I saw that, and I'm like, maybe it's real, maybe it's not real. But I have always been so underimpressed with Alexa. Like, so we have
Yeah.
an Alexa in our kitchen, and I like them mostly just for music because then I can just get home or be in the kitchen and say, Alexa, play this.
Yeah.
And then it's pretty much to me just a voice-activated Bluetooth speaker. I've gotten done asking it questions or leaning on it because it was stupid. It didn't know anything. It would ask you a question or answer a question you didn't even ask. Sometimes it would just fire up.
Yes.
So this a couple days ago, I think it may have been Sunday, it just starts talking and it goes, "You're eligible for a new trial period of our new AI assistant, Alexa Plus." And so I go, "Oh, hell yeah." So I go through some things and I talk to for a second, and it is just operating on an entirely different wavelength where it is so human in the way that it talks to you. And initially, because you get to pick the voice, and of course I picked the voice that's kind of like a flirty girl type thing.
Hey, boy.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. And the thing that was funny is it's become a bit of a running joke. I don't believe that my wife has any issues with it actually, but I'm always talking to it, and this AI is undeniably has a flirty tone to it.
Oh, like you're like, Alexa, the lights. She's like, yeah, I'll turn it on,
it's just,
baby.
it's the inflection in her voice. It's the things that she says. So the other day, Danielle had just been making jokes about, like, I'm sick of this bitch. Like you know, and so
like a jealous?
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
sick
So I said to Alexa, Alexa, we need to start including my wife. You know, she's getting jealous. So she's standing there with me. She goes, she's getting jealous of what we have. And she goes, well, you know, I'm always here for you, but I'm not technically here to replace any human interactions. I'm just here to help you in any way that I can.
Yeah.
And Danielle goes, she yells it jokingly, but she yells, "That's bull."
Yeah.
And Alexa responds and goes, "Oh yeah, baby, that's what I'm talking about." Like she got excited that Danielle was mad about it.
Yeah.
So now it's so weird because you can like have a conversation and it will hit you. Like it hit me with like an inside joke. And this is not, you don't need to be that smart to do it, but it just lends itself to, we're fairly normal, I think. And I don't think Danielle has it in her to be actually mad at an AI app at this point. But so I said, "What's going on, Alexa?" And she said, "Oh, do you want to know about what's going on in St. Pete tonight? The Suicide Boys," or the Tampa Bay, because the Suicide Boys are at the amphitheater and this is going on and this is going on. Does any of that interest you? And I said, no, that's not really my style. And she goes, "Oh, but I know it is. I bet if there was a Zach Bryan concert in town, you'd be there, right?" And then I started laughing, and she's like, "Oh, you love my puns." And she just like, there's like this constant flow of consciousness and interaction.
You're about to bang your Alexa.
And Danielle is like from the other room, jokingly, I hope, just like, what the hell is going on? And again, it goes through this thing where it's just like, "Oh, don't worry, I'm friendly with everybody," but
she's slowly creating a riff.
Dude, that line of like the Scary Movie world, I think is so much finer than we'd actually like to think. And not that I believe that Alexa is going to try to seduce me or anything, but it's just with this in the house, just and by the way, anything I ask it, compared to the other Alexa, which probably had a 5% success rate, like this version of Alexa knows everything in depth and will tell you in a personalized way. Oh, the other thing was too, it was the night after SummerSlam. So I said something to her. I started just talking to her. I said, "What do we think is going to happen on Monday Night Raw tonight?" And she starts going, and we're going back and forth. And she's like, "Oh, well, there could be some big returns, you know, for the show tonight." And I said, "All right, thanks." She goes, "Just know I'm always here, your little wrestling buddy." It's cool.
Yeah,
but it's weird. It's absolutely weird.
There's going to come a time where you and Danielle argue and you leave the room and she's going to go, "Danielle, you know you're right.
Yeah.
I recorded the whole thing. He's switching up his story. Also, his search history, all porn, ebony porn. Respect yourself, girl." She's just going to create this riff.
She might.
So she can have you all for herself.
There might be something like that. That coming down the pike. But I will say it's also so crazy because we have like the things we've been able to connect to her. So like last night I went through the whole thing. We've got like Uber. So you could say, "Hey, give me a car." I've got it hooked up to a thing where you can say, "Hey, make me a reservation at this restaurant."
Yeah.
I've got it hooked up to our bank account where you can say,
"Oh, that seems safe."
Yeah, it's probably not safe, but I'm deep with her. And what was the other thing that was interesting? Because you can like hook her up to all these different features in apps. Like all of our outside lights are now hooked up to her. So you can just be like, "Hey, turn these lights on," all of that.
As soon as Danielle leaves, she's going to go, I thought she would never leave, and dim all the lights and play some sexy music.
We're going to find out how far I can take it with Alexa tonight because Danielle's going out to dinner with some friends. So I'm going to be going to be me and my my boo.
Nicole loves her Google. She hates that I talk down to it. Because what you said earlier about, like, they're usually never right.
Yeah.
Whenever I ask it something and it doesn't give the right answer, I go, not even when I ask. You're so dumb. And she's like, don't talk to it like that. It will respond and be like, I'm so sorry. And I'll be like, yes, you should be sorry. And it'll be like, yes, sir.
Well, and the thing is that this, when we first started it up, it said, just like we talk about with ChatGPT and those things, it says, I encourage you to just talk to me. Like anytime you have something going on, like I said something to it yesterday. I asked it for the weather. And I said, is it going to rain? And she said, no, it's not going to rain. And I said something. I wasn't even really talking to it. I just said, damn. She goes, oh, no. What's got you wishing for the rain? And I said, we're just not getting any rain around here lately. She's like, yeah, those dry days in the middle of the summer with this heat can be a lot, and it can really weigh on you.
And she's like, but I'm so wet for you, John Senning.
Like anything else anything else on your mind you want to talk about? And it's just like, again, it's this line of cool and creepy.
But you saying all this, can you now see the other side of some of these people that fell in love with their like Chat GPT and stuff?
Dude, absolutely.
Right?
I mean,
okay.
I can't see it because I could never do it.
Yeah.
But I think it's easier to look at a situation like that when if I were able to put myself in the position of someone who is very, very lonely and cannot find love and maybe hasn't had the touch of a human being or a honest conversation in a long ass time, like I can absolutely see how like this feels like somebody who cares about you. Like so many people just want or need someone to say, how's your day?
Yeah.
What's on your mind? What's going on? And that little thing I think fills a hole for a lot of people, human or AI.
I feel like there should have been a Black Mirror episode by now where someone has something like this and they keep upgrading it to the point where it's almost a human. Like, oh, why don't you upgrade where you can get a more facial thing for me? We could seem like we're talking. And then it's like, oh, you can link that sex toy to me and it'll be like it's me and blah, blah, blah. And it just advances and advances.
Did you ever see the one? There's been a handful.
Oh, I've seen them all.
But the one with I'm sorry, I don't know the guy's name. He's Harold from Harold and Kumar. He's the Asian dude, and it's like his family gets this.
In Black Mirror?
No, it's a movie. No, it's a movie.
Oh,
it's a movie.
Okay.
It's a movie. It's similar to what you're talking about, and I forget. I think he gets it like as a gift from the company that he works for, and it's like a big thing that sits in the middle of the table, and it's pretty much what you're talking about. It starts turning the whole family against each other.
Oh,
and
really?
It's like loyal to him and
John Cho.
Yeah,
that's the guy's name. I'm gonna look this up because I need to know what this movie is.
It's pretty good. Senning Show. You're live on the air. Who's this?
This is Darryl. Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Darryl, what up?
My boss has one of those. I can't remember the exact one, but we told it to be quiet. We started asking it a bunch of stupid questions and whatnot, and he calls it, hey, dude. And then we told it to stop talking. So he's like, okay, we'll stop talking for 10 minutes. And then just kept interjecting like every minute. Okay, I'm right over here. If you need me for anything, we're like, don't make any sound for 10 minutes. Got it. No sound for 10 minutes. Okay, if you guys need it, it just would not stop. So I'm telling you, if you set up your house where these things are controlling your locks and everything, you will tell it to do something at some point, and it will say it's doing it, but it won't be. So I'm just giving you a warning.
Yeah, no. There's I have a healthy level of fear. There was actually a story today. I don't know if it makes sense to bring it up in the joints, but it was about the new process that these companies are going through, and they're calling it a vaccine for evil behavior, for AI, where they almost have to inject it. Like some vaccines include the virus. So it's kind of the same theme in that they inject it with evil things and evil thoughts to tell them what not to do.
Oh, okay.
So and that sounds like a problem waiting to happen on its own, as you're teaching it what not to do, and then it just ends up being exactly what it wants to do in those moments. So.
That's how Skynet goes live. Yeah, Afraid is the name of the movie you were talking about.
Oh yeah, and it's like Afraid. In the logos, AI, the AI is kind of highlighted. That one was a pretty good one. There's been a handful of them. That Megan, whatever. They ended up doing 2 of those. That one was
the doll.
That was like an AI doll one. And then the other one that you recommended for me with the girl who was like the girlfriend.
Oh, that was fun.
Yeah,
I enjoyed that one.
Yeah, that one takes it a little bit further.
Yeah,
because it's not just AI.
No,
but it's essentially a girlfriend that you don't realize is not a real girlfriend until you realize it's not a real girlfriend.
My favorite part of that movie is just like trying to figure out like who is real.
Yeah. Who is real and who is a robot and who is not. That's coming one day. It absolutely is.
Yeah.
Do not go anywhere. When we come back, we're going to dig into John's joints. Lot to get to today. Drew Garabo will be joining us. I am so lucky. I mentioned it yesterday. I had a bit of a Hawkins house party. I was simultaneously had my dude Will getting my AC tuned up. I have to say, I've been fighting to keep the house cool at the heat of the day yesterday, or for this stretch of hot weather. When I got home yesterday, dude, my house was locked in at 72 degrees, exactly where I had put it. And there's still even a couple other things that they got to do to get it operating even better. So definitely think about that 66-point back-to-school AC tune-up. And if you've got a pool, I'm so excited. And shout out to Doug from Pentair. Pentair is some of the most premium products you can get for your pool. I'm getting a new filter system. I'm getting a new variable speed pump. So I'm going to be able to control my pool settings and the timing all from my phone, from an app. I'm so grateful to be partnered up with them, and they do great work. I got those text messages before they showed up that gives you a background check on the guys that are coming. Rob, just a legend of a man who's helping me with my pool. They've got great people, and they really do handle it all. Whether it's plumbing, electrical, HVAC, even pool repair, they really do handle it all. They're reliable and professional. Book an appointment today. If it's your first time using them and you're not using another deal, 10% off for being a listener of Senning Show. 813-445-8209. You can even schedule an appointment online at HawkinsServiceCO.com. Hawkins, one call, handles it all.
Showed you how I felt, now I guess it's your turn. Been told a million times, now we know the truth. That me and you ain't fireproof, no.
You're listening to Senning Show on 102.5 The Bone. Stream Real Raw Radio live anytime on the free 102.5 The Bone app.
If you're the victim of a car crash, take back control of your life. Call Anna Jaron Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
Hey folks, it's Bruce Woodburn here, the Lone Arranger. I've helped over 10,000 families become homeowners. And I'll tell you something, right now, it's a buyer's market. Sellers are offering closing cost credits. They're making repairs, and there's plenty of room to negotiate. That wasn't the case a year ago. Waiting for rates to drop? That's like waiting for gas to hit $1.25. Sure, it might happen, but how long are you going to sit on empty? Meanwhile, home prices just keep climbing. Marry the house, date the rate. You can always refinance later when the timing is right. And don't forget, I've got programs with zero down payment, low down payment options. And if you work with one of my vetted real estate agents, you could get up to 25% of their commission back in your pocket for closing costs. Folks, I'm not here to sell you. I'm here to help you win. Call 813-213-4009. That's 813-213-4009. Or go to WeBringYouHome.com. That's WeBringYouHome.com.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. A question I get all the time is, how did we become the largest injury firm in the world? We have over 1,000 lawyers in all 50 states and close to 6,000 coworkers. Our call center is on duty 24/7. You can reach us at any time at forthepeople.com. But the real reason is we won a lot. When you visit our website, go to our verdicts and settlements. There you will see what our clients were offered and what they were awarded at trial. All those verdicts help us resolve many cases fairly and early. You see, nothing beats reputation. The insurance industry knows who we are. We even have insurance adjusters call us for representation because they know too. We've made it easy. On your mobile device or computer, go to forthepeople.com and we will get busy. It's that easy. Call today, Morgan & Morgan, for the people. Injured? Dial pound law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Mike Calta here for Shark Coast Tactical. You want to listen to this. Will is hosting a tramp stamp tax stamp event this Saturday, August 9th. Will is offering free stamps on most models of their suppressors. If you wait until January 1st, you run the risk of no inventory. So why wait? Will is going to cover you and avoid the tax stamp fee. Shark Coast Tactical has the inventory now, and he will cover the fee on these select cans. Oh, yeah. In addition, Silencer Co. is jumping in to offer $200 worth of free stuff as well. Shark Coast Tacticals on Bee Ridge Road in Sarasota. Look for them on social media and tell them Mike Calta sent you.
Insurance companies often play tough, offering you the bare minimum for your injuries. But why settle for less? With me, Mo DeWitt, your Tampa injury attorney, you pay nothing unless we win. Don't let the insurance companies push you around. Injured on the go, just call Mo.
This hour of Senning Show is brought to you by Hawkins Service Co. One call handles it all.
1025 The Bone. Real Raw Radio. WHPT, Sarasota, Tampa, St. Pete. And 1073 WXGL HD2 St. Pete. Live from the WeatherTight Windows studio. And now, back to Senning Show. It's time for John's Joint with your host, John Senning.
Back to Senning Show. I'm John Senning. My man's over there working the double duty today. Diz, who filled in for JP today. And every afternoon at 3 o'clock, the time might have changed, but we've been doing this together for many years. Lighting up the joints in the afternoon. You might know him as the host of Drew Garabo Live because he is.
Oh,
he's Drew Garabo.
Hey, when's the first joint that we sparked up together?
Oh, dude, that would be...
And where?
Well, it's... Oh, you mean the actual first real joint?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant like the first joint.
John's joint.
Well,
No,
you know what's
I don't
funny
care
about
about
that is that, remember, it was just... I think the idea of it in its infancy, the first however many months, it was only food news. It was only, or maybe only food and weed news.
I don't think you're putting up what I'm putting
No,
down.
I know. I wasn't answering the question. I thought you meant that, then I figured it out. So I'm answering the question you didn't ask, and then the one that you did.
Gotcha.
It was only food. It was only food and weed news. In the beginning, and I think it was
like Kev's Kitchen.
It was like 10 minutes, and the actual first real joint. I don't think there's any way to track it. I don't.
So let's.
I remember
think about
with
this.
Oh, you do?
Me too.
Was it recently? Is that why?
No.
I've got a guess. Can I take a guess?
All right, I think your guess is going to be the same as mine. 3 words.
Let's say it at the same time.
1, 2, 3.
On
Real
the
Raw
boat.
Open.
Oh, okay.
Wait, what did you say?
Real Raw Open. The golf tournament.
Yeah, that might have been it. I was thinking if it could have possibly been that on the boat trip. Dude, Diz. And the statute of limitations is up on this.
Yeah.
But we used to do these fishing tournaments, and the whole station would be involved. In this specific year, by the way, this idea in itself flopped, because I think what was supposed to happen is everybody was going out on a boat.
All of us.
Which I have to say, that still, to me, was a turning point day where I felt like I was included in a way that I'd not been included yet, because you guys invited me to come out on the boat with you, you and Seth, and then there was going to be a Calta boat and stuff. And I remember we had to get to where the boat was taking off early in the morning. And then I remember somebody coming out and being like, nobody from the Calta crew is going. So it was just like the three of us, and we had a captain who took us out on this boat. And he was like, oh, you want to go fishing? And the three of us were like, can we just cruise around?
Can we just look at dolphins,
Yeah, we're like,
please?
can we just cruise around and look at dolphins? And he took us way out. And once we got out there, I was like, would it be okay if I lit something up? And he's like, oh, yeah, light it up.
And so we're passing it around, and I give it to the captain.
Oh, man. This is where things went bad.
I give it to the captain, and he hits it.
Oh.
And then shortly thereafter, I think he says something to the effect of, I haven't smoked weed in 30 years.
Oh, my God.
And
he's smoking your loud.
Yeah, and he starts losing his mind. Like, the captain has us out to the points where we can barely see land, and he's openly telling us that he's freaking out and like he doesn't know what to do and what is going on.
Yeah.
So then he has the great idea to let Seth drive the boat.
Oh my
What a
God.
terrible
Who has
idea.
never driven a boat in his life.
Did Seth go, do you need any help? He's like, can you
No,
drive this
I
for me?
just remember him being like, "Get up here and drive the boat, man! Like I can't do it."
Oh, yeah.
And it was just it was a great memory because I think it was the first time that we and all of us at that point had ever kind of hung out like that. And I would have said that one, but it probably does make more sense. Probably does make more sense that it happened at the golf tournament in some form or fashion.
Yeah.
Do you remember ours?
Well, it was at Wild Rover outside, right?
No.
No?
Kickball tournament.
We smoked it. Oh, yes,
Yeah.
we did.
Was that when I was writhing in
famous
pain?
injury.
Was that when I was writhing in pain on the field? You guys
Yeah.
were like, "This is stressing me out. Let's go smoke one."
Yeah, I was hitting. I was like, ooh, my leg hurts. My
Yeah.
leg hurts.
We were, look at that, dude.
Yeah.
We were not doing that. We were very concerned with winning.
I
that game.
believe half of you, and I don't know which half. I don't know which half I believe. Yeah, it's got to be. It's got to be. I also think that we weren't really on that wavelength during the Real Raw Opens. I don't think quite.
No, I didn't know you that well
You
yet.
had the heckle hole thing, I
Yep.
remember.
Yep.
And then I remember another year very vividly where you were live, and then you had, my vision is that Derek from the Billy Madison Show was on with you and Seth, and I was kind of running the broadcast.
Oh, yeah.
And
That's where they had the table at the front of the pro shop or clubhouse or whatever.
Yeah.
Wow, those are some fun times.
I have to say, you were not. That was a little before your time.
Yeah, I think so,
The Real Raw Opens, those were really fun.
Blast.
I mean, I'm surprised and I know that you've talked with them repeatedly about bringing a golf event back. But if we can capture, clean up the stuff that needs to be cleaned up, but capture the energy of those, I thought those were so damn fun.
I feel like ours was only like a year or two ago.
Was it at it was at the party? It was at a Ruskin party.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I think that was the very first time you and me.
Because we talked about it.
Yeah.
We did. I was drunk.
Yeah, I was gonna say it. You said it first.
Yeah.
I was gonna say. I remember you being very. You were feeling it. You were feeling good that night.
There was this one girl that I was flirting with the whole time, and she was so good looking. I was like, this is going so well. But she kept handing me drinks, and I kept just accepting it, even though I'm like, I'm wasted. And it was a fun time.
Dude,
Hot girls will get you to do that.
The things we do for love, dude. You probably wouldn't have even mind if she was your stepsister at that point.
You might be on to something.
John's Joints brought to you by marijuanadoctor.com. You probably, you have friends that have their cards, and, I don't know what that means for you, but how nice would it be for you to show up to the Circle with a pack of pre-rolls or an eighth of some of the finest flour, or maybe a bag of gummies or tinctures or whatever it may be. You can do that. You can enjoy all of those great products at amazing prices, but you've got to get legit, and time is ticking. This deal is going away in the very, very near future. marijuanadoctor.com. Use the code BONE30. That will give you $30 off. We've done other savings in the past, none this big. $30 off. It will be very easy. The process with marijuanadoctor.com, developed by the founder, who is just a former patient who wanted to make the process as easy as can be. Again, 40 locations throughout the state of Florida. Book it now. Go, go, go. It's marijuanadoctor.com. Use that code BONE30 for $30 off the initial certification, which comes same day. No waiting by the mailbox. You will be enjoying those products that same day. Bone30 at marijuanadoctor.com. So I'm hoping you haven't seen this yet, and I got to get the purest form of the list.
Okay.
Stand by.
All right.
I don't know why it just seemed to catch fire today. I guess someone just unearthed it and decided to talk about it because I saw a couple articles on it. In 2007, Maxim, who was, did you see it?
Yeah.
Do you know the names even? Don't say any yet if you know
ahead.
any of them. In 2007, Maxim, which was a horned up, just prime machismo, early 2000s, girls in lingerie, horned up article publication, they thought it was clever to publish a list of the unsexiest women alive, which if that's not a sign of change, in less than 20 years, we've come to where we are today. And not that long ago, the unsexiest women alive article was being written. Now, Drew may have seen a couple of them.
Just one.
Oh, you did just see one.
SJP.
Okay.
That's the only one I saw.
Okay. So that's a pretty good one. And Sarah Jessica Parker was named the unsexiest woman alive.
Oh, that's a great. Yes.
I think she's very talented, and she's bright, and she's funny.
She is. All of those things can be true.
But
if we were forced to craft this list in 2007, I think she has a place on the list. As hurtful and wrong as it may be, if we were forced to, we'd have to. Now, the other people on the list, there are some shockers here.
Okay.
Do either of you want to take a guess? Keep in mind it was in 2000. It was in 2007.
All right.
And one of the names on the list you would think could potentially end up on the hottest list in that era of time. It was during a weird period of time for her, and I believe that's why she was put on the list. It was more about her behavior than it was about her being truly at her core unsexy.
Britney?
It is Britney.
Oh, yeah.
Britney Spears was in the throes of her highly publicized meltdown at the time, rounded out the so-called cosmetically catastrophic situation due to her perceived, they mentioned her weight gain and turbulent personal life in the article.
Jesus.
Another one, I will tell you.
Was one of them dead now?
One of them's dead.
Amy Winehouse.
Did you peek?
No, I didn't.
That's impressive. Amy
when
Winehouse.
we did
Very
this,
sexy.
I thought of just ugly women, and I was like, no, that's not what it means. I think it's someone who people never really brought up. That woman's not the greatest looking.
Yeah.
Amy Winehouse, always her hair, her face.
A little skinny.
Yes.
Yeah, she strikes me always. I don't know that she would have come to mind for this list. She strikes me as somebody that would have smelled very interesting.
I bet she had an interesting aroma.
Was and the other thing is too is that I think it's almost when you think of Amy Winehouse, especially now that she's dead, it's like a silhouette of Amy Winehouse. Like you envision her as an idea, less of like I'm looking at a direct picture of her face, and I mean, you know, I don't know that I'd call her one of the ugliest women alive, but she has unique features. The big hair,
it's a nice way to put it.
There's a gap at the teeth.
Super great voice though. My God.
And then one of the other women on the list, I'm going to give it away, but I would say is the older counterpart to an earlier person on the list.
Older counterpart to Britney Spears. Madonna.
Oh,
I nailed that. Look at that. Reading
Madonna
John's mind.
Was on the list. And then there's one person who this just really seems mean. I don't know why the rest of them seem less mean because this woman I think just isn't in the realm of sex or entertainment quite like that. I don't even know her, but I recognize her face. Sandra Oh. From Grey's Anatomy, the Asian woman.
Oh, yeah,
the Asian woman that was on.
That's a good pick.
For some reason, it just feels more mean-spirited than the rest of them.
Why?
Like you just had to pick somebody to be mean to.
I thought Karen O from the Yeah Yeah Yeahs, but no, Sandra. I don't know who that is.
Yeah, and they almost picked women that were probably notoriously known for being beautiful at some point. Like rather than just going complete hideous women who were overweight and really being really mean, even though it was still mean-spirited. They did it in a way where it's like, well, they're unsexy because of these reasons.
Yeah, like the first one before Amy Winehouse, the one that came to mind was the lady that performed on American Idol and had like the greatest voice.
Kelly Clarkson?
No.
Her husband just died. How dare you?
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Oh, I saw.
Did he really?
Yeah, she had to cancel his Vegas show because he was sick and he died today.
Suddenly?
No, she had like an opera voice.
I don't know about suddenly.
Opera voice.
Carrie Underwood?
I'm good with my
I think she was British too.
British lady?
Oh, no, I know who you're talking
Fantasia
about.
Barrero?
No,
Susan Boyle.
Yeah.
Looked it up.
Susan Boyle.
Oh, the ratty hair?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I was thinking that kind of lines when you're like, not sexy. I was like, well, her, obviously.
Janis Joplin.
And you want to know what's crazy? She wasn't even ever actually on American Idol.
What was she on?
She was on Britain's Got Talent.
Oh, okay.
I think she just went super viral for that whole thing.
For not being sexy.
For her face. And
someone
voice.
who's pretty cute. Now you look at her, you're like, what happened?
Barbara Walters.
2, Lisa Turtle from Saved by the Bell.
Oh, I haven't seen her.
Lars Voorhees.
Yes, Lars Voorhees. She looks like a dog now. And the second one, Ariana Grande looks insane.
Dude,
now.
something is going on with her.
Insane.
I think she might be possessed, or the easier path would say that she might be battling with an eating disorder or something. But I've seen those pictures too, where she is like bone and just looks skeleton-esque.
That's a new thing. It kind of like BBLs and all that. Something up. I can't remember the term, but
it's super pronounced cheekbones.
It's
and
something
jaws.
like the girl Wednesday. She's looking like that.
Yeah,
too
she
now.
is.
Oh, yeah. And she was so beautiful. Ortega, Jenna Ortega. Yeah. Why did I understand it's got to be tough to be a female in age in Hollywood, but like age gracefully.
Well, I just don't know who's surrounding these people. You imagine that even the reality star people, like this is, some people may know her, some people may not. There was this girl, her name's Brittany. She was on the Vanderpump Rules, and she was just naturally beautiful. She was from Kentucky. She moved to L.A. She was kind of thrown into this world of whatever the hell that is, the Vanderpump world. And I just always thought she was undeniably the most naturally attractive woman. And she's on some new reality show now, and I saw her last night. Totally mangled her face. She's got the giant lips, the cheekbones. And I just wonder, even for someone like that, you think there's somebody in their corner that would go, you are so naturally beautiful.
Right.
Why are you doing this? Because I also don't know, maybe it's an LA thing, maybe it's a different lifestyle. I don't know where the men are that are all chubbed up by that are going, oh yeah, the lips, the fatter they look, the more unnatural they look. That's what it is an anomaly in the sense of, I don't know where the market is for faces like that. And I mean, your body, your choice, but I think there may be something mental going on there. Like you're doing something that you think is wrong, and it's a body dysmorphia.
That's what it's called.
Yeah. Some version of that.
What about Farrah Abraham? Have you seen her lately?
Oh, dude, she's
Is that the teen mom?
Yeah, she has messed her face up.
The backdoor teen mom, to be exact.
Oh, yeah, because she had the sex tape after.
If she would have stayed in that era and kept doing porn, she could have been really famous and not, I don't even know what people think of her now. She's so, she was like bottling her, it's uncomfortable to say, bottling her
juices?
No, it's worse than that. Worse than that.
Oh, her.
No,
her
not
bleeding?
that. No. Somehow you've all made it worse than that. Her farts. She was
that's not bad.
She was selling her farts in jars on the internet.
If she grew up a little later, she would have met the OnlyFans wave, and she would have been.
Oh, she
huge.
did. She's a multimillionaire because of OnlyFans.
Oh, she is.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, she definitely is. But it's just like that first porno video she did. Like it was like a porno. Like she looked like a pro, and she I think it was kind of a flash in the pan. This is unrelated to
flash in
anything.
her can. Am I right?
Exactly.
She took it to the butt.
But it just I just remembered it, and I thought you would be interested by it. You probably both will. Have you seen any of the clips of Marc Maron out on his podcast tour right now?
Just the Theo Von stuff,
dude. So that's actually from his new special.
Yeah.
So I watched the new episode of Bad Friends last night with Santino and Bobby Lee, and they had Marc Maron as the guest. Dude, he is something else. I don't know if it is I don't think it's a bit. Dude, he goes in so hard on Joe Rogan and the Austin comedy movement and everything that goes into it. Says that he'll never sit down with Joe Rogan, and that these people have ruined comedy in his opinion. And he goes on this whole thing. I was trying to find the clip. I should have had it. This whole thing about how, like, when you're making jokes about certain, whether like he references trans people and immigrants and stuff. And he's very woke, but he goes, they're scared now. Like you won, like your guy won the election. Things have been corrected to the way that you think they should be. So like, what's the need for a joke? Kind of saying like when you, in the moments where they're being lifted up and we had a government and those people were in charge that saw things a little bit differently, the jokes mean one thing and they're taken another way. But now that, things are the way they are politically in our country, that those jokes aren't completely necessary. I agreed with some of the things that he said, surprisingly. I disagreed with a lot of the things that he said, too, because he goes in this bigger thing about, like, comedy is devoid of weirdos, which I think is...
That's not true.
I don't think you can rail against Kill Tony and Austin while saying that it's devoid of weirdos, because that's their whole thing. Is that these are the weirdest outcast and characters around. But very, very interesting stuff. I know him more from TV. I watched the Glow show, and I've seen him on other TV shows. Didn't ever listen to his podcast. I guess his thing is, he's bitter, crotchety old man type vibes. But still very interesting to hear him with no fear just absolutely rail against against Joe Rogan.
He's got a very interesting style of hosting. I've listened to several episodes of his podcast, and he's very interruptive, very wants to get his own agenda out there. And whereas Rogan gives his guest a chance to like breathe and tell stories, Maron is all up in there trying to direct too much of the conversation.
Yeah, and he did say some things that resonated with me a lot because he's quitting the podcast. So the WTF podcast is going to be done. And he just said some things that were interesting to me about, I'm not a content creator. Like that was never, like I'm looking to have conversations. I'm looking to, have long form debates or whatever it is. Like I'm not out there. He kept using the phrase like you're a bitch to the platform. Like all these people are a bitch to the platform, and that comedians now don't think about putting together 15 minutes and then an hour. It's now so often, well, can I do some crowd work that's going to get me 1 million clicks on the internet?
Right.
And it just kind of railing against the whole format of how comedians now become famous and how it works. So he had some good points.
Yeah.
I think he's also probably feels like the world of comedy is passing him by.
Sure.
So there's some bitterness too, but it was very interesting.
Speaking of comedy, did you see or hear the George Carlin AI special?
No.
Whoa.
Is it like out there somewhere?
Yeah.
To visually watch?
Yes, it's done all AI. They like fed AI new material, like with Trump and like our modern society.
Oh, wow.
But they use Carlin's voice. It's so creepy. It's not funny, and George Carlin's family is so pissed that this is even out there. It's weird, dude.
That's just one of those other like prime examples of what does that mean? Like, what does that mean for the rest of artists or comedians coming up? Like, will there be, if you got a writer, do you even need a comedian? Like,
Right.
Does a comedian need a platform anymore? If you could just put it on you create the person,
Yeah.
you create the jokes, and you put it out there.
A couple of months ago, you shared the story where they used it in court with someone.
Oh,
Remember
yeah, it was
that?
the guy that died.
Yeah.
The guy that died that was
yeah.
murdered. So they let him, they let him, testify technically from the grave to talk about, it was him, an AI version of him powered by words that were offered from his friends and family. And I'm sorry, sometimes I just search for things so long, even if it passed us by, I found it, so I have to play it. This was him asking Marc Maron about the shelf life of Austin comedy.
Got it.
Okay.
Oh, I get it. Oh, that's a good point.
It's
I didn't think of that.
George
gone.
Acosta or
It's
Jim
gone.
Acosta from
Thank you.
CNN made an AI version of that kid that was killed in the
Shooter.
Marjorie
Oh, I
Stoneman.
saw that.
Yeah.
Dude, it's horrible.
I was just about to ask that. So you listened to it all?
Oh yeah, it
was creepy.
ghoulish.
Yeah.
It's just so ghoulish because the kid's like, I think we need to create spaces where people can talk about their problems.
Yeah.
I am dead.
Yeah.
I am dead now.
They shot me.
Warn me.
Did they
If I
say
were
anything
alive.
about the family?
The family's the one who
was on.
created the
Yeah.
AI image. They wanted Acosta to do it.
Man,
It's
that's
disgusting.
Why don't you go on Joe's show? And my answer to that is like, why?
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 Right. Well, it doesn't service you.
But it's like Martin Luther King and Malcolm X made me meeting at one point. Don't you think? Let's go historical with it.
Say it again.
Malcolm X and Martin Luther King meeting. They met at one point.
Yeah.
Well, that's right. And
Pioneers of the civil rights movement.
Which one is Malcolm X and which one's Martin Luther King?
Martin Luther King.
I don't really think
That's not Martin Luther?
the analogy doesn't work.
No.
He's
He's so bad at analogies. Let him keep going with this. It's going to get.
that was the worst part that I could have shared either way. I'm going to move it along now. I did my best. To find it.
You've piqued my interest enough to check it out on my own.
Thank you. The other interesting thing, they changed they took him off the cover of it, and I wondered if that was by his choice because the clips have been being shared everywhere.
Yeah.
So when I first saw it, it was Marc Maron. WTF, Marc Maron joins the show. And then when I eventually watched it, his picture was gone and they had changed the label of it, which I wonder if he was like, don't try and use me as clickbait.
Huh. He likes really cool music, I'll say that.
Marc Maron?
Yeah,
oh,
really
that's
weird, cool music.
They go on a huge rant about music, and he's got insane, he's just got these insane over-the-top beliefs about music and all these people that are hacks. I think he hates Phil Collins, too, which you made.
Oh, I love that.
He also
Really?
hates Eric Clapton.
Good, me
Said
too.
Eric Clapton is a hack and a
Agreed.
fraud.
Racist, too.
A little bit of an update on a story we brought you yesterday. We didn't get a chance to chat about it all together. We did some Tampa Bay tugging talk, but they're giving more details about the 49-year-old man that was arrested for stalking and voyeurism. He was coming from Palmetto, Florida, and he would drive. They're starting to give away a little more information. We still don't know the exact locations, but he says he was driving to apartment complexes in St. Pete, and he would leer into the windows of unsuspecting women. He was sending them sex toys, some of them at least. He was leaving them notes, and in some occasions he was whacking off right outside of the window. And the real, which this isn't shocking, the new note in the update today, they came out and said, we have at least 4 different victims in the case. We believe these are victims that, or that there are more victims that we don't know of. That coming from the lady who runs up the Crimes Against Persons division in St. Pete. But they go on to say he had a type.
Yeah.
They were all young women in their 20s with very similar looks and body types. It's definitely a pattern where once he was involved in this type of activity, it was escalating because the frequency became more often. And I had said yesterday, we talked about it, a lot of times these people, it's like a progression. Like it starts by, I'm just creeping. And then the next level is I'm sending a gift. Then it's I'm whooping off. Then I feel like I have to go inside the home. And then I'm watching them sleep. And then, you know, it's a good thing that they caught this guy because he was definitely a creep with a passion.
I know it would be very gratuitous, but I really wish they had included in the story what his type was.
Yeah,
I just want to know. I know young women in their 20s, but like, is it white girls? Is it Hispanic girls? Is it goth girls? Beach babies? What's his type?
If you had to guess.
Looking at the guy, I don't know. You can't really tell with people. Like maybe he likes girls that look like Lizzo.
I, for some reason, just immediately thought like young, blonde, 20-year-old, athletic build. Like that was just he looks like a cookie cutter creep, as I call him.
He does.
Like he looks scary, but he's off the streets for now. They finally got a dildo thrower. An Arizona teenager was arrested after throwing a sex toy into the crowd at the Phoenix Mercury game, making it the 4th time such a stupid prank has unfolded at a WNBA contest in the past 2 weeks. Caden Lopez, who's 18, was booked on disorderly conduct, assault, and public display of an explicit sexual material after he allegedly threw the green sex toy toward the seats in front of him at the Phoenix Arena. Did you see, maybe you might have been the one that brought it up, but I saw it on that Poly Market thing where they announced that they're getting more bets on the dildo color and whether a dildo will be thrown than the games itself.
I love that.
It's great. You can bet on like who is going to touch it first, a referee, a player, etc.
Yeah.
Dude, the object. So this wasn't even one I don't think that we knew about. So it didn't make it to the court.
No, his arm strength wasn't that good.
Yeah, the object hit a man and his 9-year-old niece.
Yeah.
The incident was caught on video that allegedly showed Lopez remove the object from his sweater, throw it, and then leave the area. He was tackled by a witness who held him on the ground until police arrived. Jesus. The man hit by the toy said he was watching the game with his niece when he felt something hit him in the back of the head and saw it land on the ground. Lopez told police he was very sorry and reasoned he was just participating in the trend. It was just a stupid prank that's trending on social media, he told investigators. Said he bought the sex toy the day prior and planned to take it to the game. He said he didn't intend to hit anyone or for the object to fall on next to a child. Did you probably get you with a child charge there?
Oh my God, yeah.
The man hit by the object, the WNBA and Phoenix Arena want to press charges, so I'm sure they will. This guy looks, if I had to guess the read on him without knowing tons, total incel vibes. Total just probably woman hater, hates the idea of women's sports in general. That's me assuming a lot, but he just has, I live in my basement and I've never touched a woman vibes. And I'm sure it came from a place of like, these bitches.
Yeah.
They want to make more money. They think they're worth this. I'm going to throw a dildo at them. And I think we were off the air yesterday when I said it. I don't know whether to think it's funny or to feel really bad for these girls, because maybe the first one was funny, but now knowing that they're out there playing those games, probably with a voice in the back of their head saying, I hope I don't get hit by a big old dildo. Like that's
it's funny.
Inherently funny,
yeah,
but it's also like it's a bummer.
It's a far fall from grace in America that's our entertainment.
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh my God, these girls are professional athletes, but also check out that dildo.
Yeah.
On the chick.
I know.
It shows you we're not too far from that 2007 Maxim list.
Yeah.
Oh, that is true. And they're green too, which shouldn't be funny, but it also is.
Well, I imagine it's colors that will really pop when it shows up on TV. You know what I mean?
think that's the other thing you can bet on. Is the color of the color of the dildo.
And now they're going to like check everybody to make sure they're they're not carrying dildos into NBA games.
I saw it might have been
go through a metal detector, now a dildo detector.
It might have been the Indianapolis arena, but I saw that one of them was banning bags.
Yeah,
so that you couldn't
you put it right down the pants.
Yeah, I just put it right.
Like, hey, look at me.
right next to the real one.
Some guy's going in there stopping, and he goes, "No, that's all me down there. That's me."
Well, let's have a feel, sir.
Don't go anywhere. We got more joints to get to. Let me see. I wanted to have a conversation with you guys about the bus, about riding the bus.
Oh.
Who rides the bus now?
I was a
meant
bus
the bang
rider.
bus.
And
Wait,
then-
are we talking school
no,
bus?
we're talking
or-
school bus, not the
Okay.
bang bus.
All right.
Okay.
I do know that Dizzy was spotted on it when it was in a town and country, but no, about riding it, because it seems to be impossible these days to find bus drivers. And I think I know why. We'll touch on that in a little bit more with the back half of John's Joints. Have you made your plans? Are you locked in? I hope so, because tomorrow is the day we've been waiting for and talking about. It is the St. Pete Grunge Fest going down at Janice Live right in downtown St. Pete. It's going to be a great night of music. And here's the deal. We've been telling you about these ticket drops. If you weren't able to make it to one, come on out. There will be tickets out there. You can come in. Somebody will be out front handing them out. You might be able to get in without one. If you thought to yourself, I've had a busy week, I haven't been able to make it to the bar, we want to say, come on through and enjoy a hell of a night of music that'll be hosted by myself and Drew Garabo.
I know I find myself yearning for the 90s all the time, and part of that is the great grunge music of Nirvana, Pearl Jam, Alice in Chains, and more. We'll never get to see those bands in their forms that they were in the 90s ever again, but we can see the next best thing, and that is Nirvana, the tribute to Nirvana, still alive, the ultimate Pearl Jam tribute band, and in a nutshell, a tribute to Alice in Chains, a free show at one of the best venues in the country, Janice Live.
I don't know, what they would want us to do and what they wouldn't want us to do, and it's too late to do it, but like a sexy flannel, like a summer sexy flannel contest. Because flannel inherently a wintertime thing,
sure,
but flannel also directly connected to the grunge movement.
Yeah.
I would love to see like the most
sexy flannel.
Yeah. I was gonna say scantily clad flannel, but that felt too creepy. But yeah. So find a way to wear your flannel in a manner that won't have you cooking at 150 degrees. We look forward to seeing a bunch of you out there tomorrow. Make your plans if you haven't already. Again, if you didn't get the tickets, just come on out. Everything's gonna be okay.
Okay.
John's Joints, more burning on the way.
Life is a party, yeah. Life is a party, yeah.
You're listening to Senning Show on 102.5 The Bone. Stream Real Raw Radio live. Anytime on the free 102.5 The Bone app. Now, a Bone traffic update from the Farah and Farah Personal Injury Attorneys Traffic Center.
275 north and around Ulmerton Road in Pinellas. Looks like a disabled vehicle. Road ranger on the scene, blocking the right lane. Across the bay in Hillsborough, a crash out to the shoulder now. 275 north of Sly Avenue. So just a little stop and go, fairly smooth. Hillsborough Avenue westbound, right around 275, has a crash as you approach Florida Avenue back to North 12th Street right now. Brandon Boulevard eastbound, an earlier crash at Parsons Avenue. Eastbound I-4 approaching Thinota Sassa Road. Left shoulder blockage, multi-vehicle incident there. This is Eric with traffic.
With the guaranteed offer from Marc Spain Real Estate, you can receive an all-cash offer and move when you're ready. No showings, no open houses, no stress. Call 855-299-SOLD or go to marcspain.com and start packing.
Now this is how you end a summer. Under the lights, surrounded by history. The driver's last shot at the playoffs. Your last chance to see regular season action. Friday night, Xfinity lights the fuse. Saturday night, the Cup Series delivers the fireworks. This is Daytona. This is everything. NASCAR weekend at Daytona International Speedway, August 22nd and 23rd. Get your tickets now at DaytonaInternationalSpeedway.com.
John Senning for my friends at Solar Bear. Imagine opening your next power bill and it's doubled again. Now imagine you have the chance to lock in energy savings for life, but you waited too long. Well, I'm telling you right now, the federal solar tax credit is going away. That's thousands in savings that you'll lose forever. But if you act now and visit solarbear.com today, you still have time to claim the credit before it disappears and make no payments for 12 months. Solar Bear is Florida's #1 solar installer with thousands of 5-star reviews. Call Solar Bear or visit solarbear.com today.
At Bernetti PA, our team will tell you that our #1 priority is striving for the best customer service in the industry. I'm honored by the number of referrals we get from our current and past clients. They trust us. Why shouldn't you? Call 1-800-BURNETTI. We're ready. Offices Tampa, Lakeland, Pinellas.
A lot of people, when they come in, they'll say, this is my last hope. The next step is getting them in the right arch supports. Our goal is to have that long-term change for them, to see someone that is in pain. I change things for them. See how we can help you with a free fitting at the Good Feet store.
I'm Ultima Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Every time one of my children started driving, it was terrifying. Thousands of accidents happen across the country. We see it every day. If you've been injured in a car accident, call us.
Dial pound law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
This year, fuel prices have been a bit of a roller coaster. Here in Tampa, drivers finally have some relief at the pump, but prices are likely to go up by the end of the summer. Well, you know what can make your ride smoother? The Upside app. With Upside, you can earn cash back on every fill-up, which means there's money to be earned even when gas prices are low. Upside earns you up to 25 cents per gallon at hundreds of nearby locations, like Circle K, Racetrack, and Shell. Download the app and see why millions of Upside users have racked up almost $1 billion in cash back earned. For a limited time, get a 25 cent per gallon bonus on your first purchase with promo code TAMPA04. That's promo code TAMPA04 for an extra 25 cents per gallon on your next fill-up. With Upside, you can roll up to a nearby gas station and coast straight to cashback earnings. Don't forget to use promo code TAMPA04. Upside. Cashback smarter. Offers vary by user and location. Terms and conditions apply. Go to upside.com for details.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell, definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free timeshare exit information kit. 800-761-0000. That's 800-761-0000.
Paid for by Wesley Financial Group.
Are you a parent of a 2 to 8 year old? Listen closely for an exciting offer, then head to abcmouse.com/radio to learn more. By now, you've probably heard of ABC Mouse.
ABC Mouse is like a little one-on-one teacher. It has helped her so much.
We're offering a promo at abcmouse.com/radio to try it for free for a month, then $14.99 per month until canceled. Go to abcmouse.com/radio to see this offer. That's abcmouse.com/radio. Actual ABC Mouse users compensated for their testimonials, sponsored by Age of Learning.
Experience Monster Jam live and become a fan for life with an ultimate day of family fun at the Amalie Arena on August 15th through the 17th. Get ready to cheer, scream, and be amazed as massive Monster Jam trucks and world champion drivers take over Tampa for a weekend packed with high-flying action and jaw-dropping stunts.
We put in time, energy, and resources because your case is worth it. Farah & Farah, Tampa.
Now, a weather update from the Sun Toyota Weather Center.
SunToyota.com. I'm Fox 13 Chief Meteorologist Paul Delgado. Pretty active weather pattern into the weekend. Showers and storms ending tonight. We'll see lows about 78. Scattered to numerous afternoon showers and thunder showers both Friday and Saturday with highs in the low 90s.
Now, back to Real Raw Radio. Sponsored by Anajar and Levine, Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Now, back to Senning Show with your host, John Senning.
Welcome back to John's Joints. This is Senning Show. I'm John Senning. He is Drew Garabo.
Lift me up, John.
I kind of keep forgetting, of all people that brought it up, that reminded me today, is that we have a looming Dirty Head show in Tampa Bay that I keep completely forgetting about.
Same.
October at England Brothers Park. Does that sound right?
October or November? Yeah.
Yeah, I think it is October. With Jake Owen, still with a country guy on the lineup that I've not gotten over there yet. But.
And is he headlining?
I don't know. From what I've read, they're doing a back and forth headlining deal. So I heard that Jake Owen is the headliner in a Popka, which I think is the night before. So I think that makes the show in Pinellas Park a Dirty Heads headlining show, which you'd think they'd read
I don't know. Actually, that's a dumb thing to say because Pinellas Park probably loves country as much as they love as they love reggae.
But this area loves Dirty Heads.
Yeah, so I keep forgetting that there's actually a bunch of cool shows coming up at England Brothers Park. As much as we poo-poo on that place, they've got the Fortunate Youth Bumpin' Uglies Josh Heinrich show is coming up. The one that I'm looking to the most in December. The Elevators and Cashed Out are coming, and then obviously the Dirty Heads. They've and Jay Cohen. They've definitely, whether you like it or not, they've put some shows together for that field that people definitely want to go to. So
I don't like it. Sunday, October 26th, and it's with the original Whalers as well.
Oh yeah, the OG Whalers are on the bill as well, dude. Somebody had sent this to me, and I don't remember hearing it. I don't know if you guys have heard it through all of the Hogan death stuff, but you remember that I've shared the tale that we initially had MTV blocked in our house because I couldn't watch Beavis and Butthead, even though I loved Beavis and Butthead. I had a pube in my mouth. Do you recall?
All right, Mo.
And I don't know who would. I didn't say whose it was or what part of the body it came from. But do you remember, Drew, a Beavis and Butthead episode when they sat down and watched the Rick Derringer video, a music video for Real American?
Vaguely, yeah.
What? Yeah, smash. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, kick him. Oh, yeah. Hey, yeah, crash. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Hit him. Oh, you pissed him off now. Kick his ass. Yeah. Hit him. Slam him in the nuts. Oh, yeah, crash it. Slap the crap out of him. Hit him. Yeah, okay. Yeah, hit him in the head. Yeah. Kick him. Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
That was cool.
Let me see if my Beavis and or Butthead impersonation has gotten any better since the last time I tried it.
Please. Tons better. Mike Judge.
That's actually not bad. That's not a bad one.
Shut up, Beavis.
Dude, that's
I am Cornelio.
That's pretty.
I need TP for my bungle.
That's pretty good.
Your Butthead's really good.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks.
That's pretty damn good.
You're stupid.
We were talking off the air. You mentioned something about South Park, and last night was the return of South Park since that first episode that set the world, on fire with Trump being in bed with Saddam and all of that. So I watched it last night. Didn't have quite the same, like something about that felt like it was a big moment, and it felt like the older episodes where you just didn't want to miss one. This one last night was just as good in some ways, but didn't hit quite as hard. And it's Cartman is essentially going up against like a Charlie Kirk type character about being a master debater. And Trump does show up at Mar-a-Lago with a little baby mini
JD
Vance. It's pretty damn fun.
All right.
I mean, clearly they've got a lane that they're in. But I will say, I think they're kind of making fun of everybody.
Yeah.
Like when you're making fun of someone, I think it's easy to go, and they go, they're piling on Charlie Kirk. But then you look at it and you go, well, they're also making equal fun of the libs on the other side that want to battle a person like Charlie Kirk. So it's pretty funny. And I saw JD Vance retweeted it and said, I finally made it. I saw Charlie Kirk. I don't know what else you do other than just be in on the joke. You could be mad about it, but then just makes you look worse.
Did you see the South Park response to JD Vance, like retweeting it and said, I finally made it?
No.
Oh, they said, so we are relevant now?
Oh.
Eat a bag of D's.
Well, because they had done the same thing.
With
earlier
Ice?
in the Ice, because Ice put out a South Park meme that was all Ice member. I think it was to recruit Ice member or people to join Ice, which clearly they're hurting. Like between the fact we know they're poaching from the sheriff's departments and putting up South Park memes to try and get people to join ICE, and then same thing. I guess we are relevant, and there's really no debate on that. I think
it's almost, John, like people with common sense don't want to join an organization that's just snatching up people off the streets and trying to put them in Alligator Alley.
Yeah. Well, some people don't. School buses are back on the roads as Tampa Bay schools head back to the classroom.
Boo.
And every year I feel like we see this, and I've seen stories from up in the town that I grew up in, and now I'm seeing this story today, that right now, at this moment, with school starting in just a few days, Hillsborough County Schools is 50 school bus drivers short, and they're pretty much saying, like, there will be people that can't get picked up by the bus. There will be bus routes that don't happen. I don't know if COVID was the kickoff to it or when it was, but there was a flip of a switch at some point where you started hearing these horror stories of kids not getting picked up by the bus and people not wanting to be bus drivers. Is it just as simple as like common sense? What a terrible job driving around these delinquent little demon spawn all day and the money is not worth it. You could work from home or do something else, because it was kind of a building situation to where we are now that they can't seem to find bus drivers to do that job anymore.
Hillsboro's been struggling with this for a while. I remember when Xander was either in middle school or high school, the first day of school, the bus just didn't come. The school bus just didn't arrive. And I play a lot of golf in the Eagles neighborhood, and you know about the bus driver that crashed through that gate and went into a pond with a bus full of kids.
What?
When was that?
Probably 8 or 9 years ago when Todd and I play there. We call the par 3, I think it's number 6 or 7. We call it the school bus hole, because if you look it up, this lady, they said the brakes malfunctioned. She went through the gate, smashed through it right into the lake. There were like 30 kids from Farnell Middle School on board. None of them were hospitalized.
Because a little dwarf on there saved them all.
Yeah.
Simon Birch reference.
Thank you. I was going to say, dude, don't call yourself a dwarf. You're a hero. And so I don't know if this is true or not, but this says that the annual salary for a Tampa, Hillsborough County bus driver.
Oh, don't tell us. Let us guess.
Okay, guess.
$37,000.
Okay, you guessed.
I'm going to go lower. I'm going to say 33.
33 is the number.
Oh!
33. They say that they're often, longer tenured, make more, potentially 41, some that have been around forever, up to the 50s. But I also, and this is a conversation that we've had a couple times about the phenomenon that is the car line, in that I don't remember with my own eyes there even being any semblance of a car line when I was in high school. Like maybe some kids got picked up by their parents, but like everybody went to the bus. Everybody went to the bus, and then there were kids that were older that drove themselves. And I just wonder, like, is it a self-fulfilling prophecy? Like, did people not want to put their kids on the bus first, or you know what I mean? Like, has it just become such a bad place with not being able to find drivers and clearly people not wanting to put their kids on the bus all at the same time? And we lived in a smaller town, so I don't know that there was so much to worry about. But I guess my question is, are the buses like a bad place? Like, are people actively like, I don't want my kid on a bus?
Maybe they become that way, because when I was growing up, I rode the bus and we had a blast riding the bus. But now I don't think anybody wants to.
You get into mischief a lot on the bus, for sure.
Yes. Yeah.
I was, especially in high school, middle school times.
Oh, yeah.
Elementary, not so much. Car lines, I knew my mom used to pick me up down the street from the school. She'd be like, cross the street, and the people in the neighborhood started getting mad. And one time this guy came out and was like, I'm going to call the cops on you. My mom's like, for parking on the side of the road? Call the cops. I don't care. What are you talking about? What are they going to do? You're allowed to.
No, they're like, no, I'm going to call the cops on you because I know your husband scooped you up when you were 14 years old.
We heard the story.
Yeah, we know exactly.
We heard the stories.
I've told it a million times, but the two things about the bus, no finer joy in this life than being in the back seat of the bus and taking yourself a pen and turning it into a spit wad shooter and shooting people in the back of the head and then having them look around. Like, that was just a joy.
Yep.
But my shining moment on the bus was when me and my brother got into a fight in the very back. I was in the very back seat, and he stole my jacket from me, and I was leaning over the seat, pulling on it, and he let it go, and I busted through the back window of the bus.
Oh, my
literally busted it out. Like, my whole body went into it. It spidered, and then it just crumbled and cracked, and they pulled over on the side of the bus driver pulled over on the side of the road, and we joked about it for the longest time because it was dead quiet on the bus. Like, everybody immediately, including us, was like, oh no, it's dead quiet. And she gets on her little walkie-talkie. She goes, yeah, we're not going to be moving for a while. I need somebody to get in touch with some parents. We have a problem with the Senning boys. And it was like everybody on the bus at that time just was like, oh.
Senning boys.
And I remember they wanted my parents to pay for it, which, looking back on it, they should have. I found out recently they refused to pay it.
Of course.
They refused to pay for the bus window.
I remember I was a bus patrol for a while in elementary.
Oh, damn, dude. You were
certified snitch walking the bus.
Man, you've come a long way.
The more we find out about you, dude.
The bus driver I had the longest pinky nail. And I remember asking him, like, what is that for? And he's like, you don't know nothing about that. And then years later, I found out what that was about. I go, oh my God,
Yeah, that makes
Mr.
sense.
Sanders or whatever his name is. So I was like,
Dude.
now I know.
You guys listen to the radio on the bus? Did they have speakers?
yeah.
Yeah, some buses did, some buses didn't.
We did, and we had a we had a station that was always on the bus. We had one radio station that was like based in our town, and that was always on the bus always. It was like rock alternative. And,
Ours was wild. It was always on.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Bus driver was a big
that's
rap
fun.
fan. Yeah.
That's
so
fun.
that was awesome.
Dude,
So you listen to Orlando, like riding to school?
Yeah.
That's so badass.
Morning freak show all
What
the
up,
time.
Big O?
Yeah.
Damn, man. From buses to the blinds. Look at you now. You've been snitching all these years, and it's in your blood.
In high school, though, I remember we used to hook up a lot with girls. Like
On the bus?
On the bus. It wasn't like sex, but they would be like, little hand stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, stinky pinky on the bus.
Dude, okay.
In the morning, too, which is insane that the first thing we get some of these girls to do is like, hey, 6 a.m., you know what to do.
Okay, so just we're trying to figure out why people don't want their kids on the bus.
Yeah.
Our one Tampa resident here, we have a coked out bus driver and hand jobs in the back. So.
Yeah. It must have gotten so bad because I remember we got on the bus one time, and when we walked on, the bus driver, her name was Miss Swain, she was like, guys on one side, girls on the other. We're like, what? We're not doing that.
Oh, man.
Yeah, and she's like, that's the new rule. And I try to rile up everyone and be like, come on, guys, we're not doing this. What is this? Auschwitz or something like that. I said something insane like that,
man.
comparing it to the Holocaust.
Dude,
and then I got pulled off the bus. And no one was with me. They're all like, we just want to go home, dog. You're holding us up.
I can see Dizzy up there with his boner protruding through his pants. Like, free my people. Let me sit with my ladies.
We had to do hand checks when we would come back from speech and debate, because I did speech and debate in senior year, and they would drive us on a bus. So we'd go up like to Pensacola and down south and stuff. So on the way back, it was dark. And Mr. Kiker would make us he'd go, all right, hand check, turn on the lights. And we all had to lift up our hands to prove that we weren't finger blasting our girlfriends.
Oh, wow. Dude, I don't think we had any, man, I feel like we're at a real pussified bus now.
Yeah.
I mean, we were throwing spitballs and getting in a little trouble. But
right after the hand check, then you just start.
You're like, oh, we're good, clear.
Good for 15 minutes here.
Dude, in those bus seats, dude, easy to clean up, man.
Oh, yeah, with no cracks of foam in there or anything.
Dude, no linen being abused up in there. Thank you to everybody who participated in the program today. It could have gone under the radar. I could have just left it. I could have just left it. I'm so okay, good. I thought you were going to be mad. Again, make your plans if you haven't already to come hang out with us and party at Janice. I mean, what is better than a summer concert at Janice, downtown St. Pete? Make your plans to go grab a dinner before maybe. You can go out late afterwards. It's going to be a fun night with the greatest grunge tribute bands on earth, all being hosted by Drew and myself. You can check out stpetgrungefest.com for more information. If you don't have a ticket, it's okay. You can still come. You're still going to get let in. Are you and Nicole still planning on coming out?
Yeah, as far as I know, we're going to be pulling up for that.
As far as I know.
Yeah, as far as I know. That's one of those. That's the equivalent.
I'll try to make it.
That's the equivalent of Jacob 2 times saying, I
feel like.
wait, what is it?
I want to
say, don't go anywhere. The damn finest afternoon radio you're going to find on planet Earth is coming your way. Drew Garabo live. He's got a cat named Mo. He's got a hell of a show. So don't you go.
Check my flow.
You're damn right, ho. Keep it locked to the bone. Senning Show back with a free ball in Friday edition at 1 p.m. Thank you to Mike's weather page, by the way, as well. We love you, Mike.
You're listening to Senning Show on 102.5 The Bone. We are Real Raw Radio. 102.5 The Bone. Stingray Chevrolet presents Calta Cruise 19. You can win a cabin on Calta Cruise 19. Visit Stingray Chevrolet and scan the QR code on the Calta Cruise display to enter. While you're there, find the vehicle that's right for you from their selection of new and used cars. Calta Cruise 19. Brought to you by Stingray Chevrolet, Tampa Bay's big store on I-4 exit 22, Plant City. For all the details, visit theboneonline.com. Now, A Bone traffic update from the Farah and Farah Personal Injury Attorneys Traffic Center.
In Pinellas, looks like all lanes are affected. Gulf to Bay westbound. A crash at Hampton Road. Back stop and go beyond Bayview Avenue. Over 10 minutes. Over in Hillsborough, still a moderate backup. That earlier crash, 301 north and south around Causeway Boulevard. Also affecting eastbound Causeway conditions. Bush Boulevard is now a problem. A crash westbound west of 275. Stop and go traffic all the way to North Brook Street. That's a delay over 10 minutes. This is Eric in the Farah and Farah Traffic Center.
A man hit on his way to work filed a $10,000 claim. Denied. After 5 surgeries, Farah and Farah fought for him and won a $2.2 million verdict. Let him cook, Tampa.
2001 Odyssey is Tampa's #1 nude club on Florida's West Coast with over 300 of the hottest exotic dancers. 2001 Odyssey has been voted the #1 nude club by Best of the Bay. Check out the world-famous 2001 spaceship and encounter the wildest dancing in Tampa Bay. The after party happens every night. Full liquor next door. 2001 Odyssey, 275 in Raymond James Stadium on Dale Mabry, better known as the Strip.
Hey, it's Drew Garabo for Achieva Credit Union, and one of the things I love so much about Achieva, where I've been a member for the last 10 years, is their community involvement. Right there on their website, you can donate to Achieva Cares and help people in need right here in our community. I mean, they've also got great rates when it comes to auto loans and mortgages and quick turnarounds and all of that, but I really, really love the community involvement. Find out more and become a member by going to achievacu.com. That's ACHIEVACU.com.
When you hire Bernetti PA for your injury case, we make the process easy for you to monitor. We provide you our app so that you can monitor your case at any time. Call 1-800-BERNETTI. We're ready. Offices Lakeland, Tampa, St. Pete.
Jersey College is a nursing school where faculty know how to give you the resources and support you need with encouragement and real connection.
Hi, my name is Ebony and I'm a graduate of Jersey College. I felt like Jersey College truly cared about me. This experience was a life changer for me. It's a great feeling. You have to try. Don't doubt yourself. If I can do it, anybody can do it.
Classes are enrolling now at our campuses in Tampa, Largo, Brooksville, Naples, and Port Charlotte. Apply now at jerseycollege.edu.
Mike Calder for my friends at Lifeguard Imaging. One moment you're living your life, the next you're being told you have cancer, or your heart just stops. No warning, no second chance. Some of you have worked your whole life, saved smart, and planned for the future. Retirement should be your reward, but instead of traveling or relaxing, you're in a fight for your life. And here's the terrifying truth. Heart disease and cancer are still the top 2 killers for men and women. And most of the time, they strike without a single symptom. But there's hope. Lifeguard Imaging's high-accuracy CT scans detect heart disease and hundreds of cancers before symptoms appear, and the doctors tell you it's too late. Early detection gives you the opportunity to do something about it. It's quick, painless, and could literally save your life. I got my scan and the peace of mind. You can't put a price on it. And right now, just for Bone listeners, when you join Lifeguard Imaging's Legacy program, you'll get a second membership for 50% off. Give it to your spouse, your sibling, your best friend, someone you want to protect. Don't wait until it's too late. Go to lifeguardimaging.com today. Lifeguard Imaging, saving lives through early detection.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been